Pikachu Pika missed. He did indeed. Hi, friends. How are we? Good to see you. Please ignore whatever the fucky fuck who my glitching camera is doing down below. It's gonna glitch at the edge. I don't know why. Usually unplugging it and plugging it back in fixes it, but no, it did not. So I contact Razer support being like, hey, give me a new camera. Because this is unacceptable. This is the third camera this has done this on. So please give me a new camera and not refurbished. And don't tell me things I've already done. Razer's really fumbling. Yeah, I mean, I like this headset. It's just starting to die on me a little bit. And also I like how it shapes my face. So I haven't been able to find anything else that I like. Shit, your products smell like elderberries? I wouldn't know if they smell like elderberries. I don't actually check that. Gamer Shrimp is playing DBD and Pokemon at the same time. We love that for Gamer Shrimp. We do. Hi, Sunspray. Thank you for the lurky. Hello. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. If you're watching this as a VOD, hi, YouTube. Feel free to skip ahead to the timestamp listed below for when I actually start gaming, and there probably will be a game recap at the beginning of it as well. But I do have packages that must be open mead before we dive into gaming. But yes, tell me, friends, how was your week? We didn't stream on Tuesday because I literally woke up from sleeping with a fucking headache. Like, I woke up, I was sleeping, and it was 5:30 in the morning. The birds were chirping. My brain's like, hey, wake up. Your head hurts. And I'm like, thanks. Sleeping's supposed to get rid of a headache. Thanks. So I had the headache practically all day. Would not go away until, like, right around when I would have streamed. But I was like, I didn't get to do anything I wanted today. So we decided not to stream. No comments about this week? Well, I hope your weekend is good, Anna, and you get some time to relax and do whatever you want. It was a week like any other. Fair. Time is a concept. Hi, Combat. Good to see you. How are you? Waking up with headaches lately myself. Yeah, it was only Tuesday that I woke up with a headache. Wednesday I was fine, so I was glad, like, I proactively took off work on Tuesday. Because originally I wasn't going to, and then the BAFTAs were that afternoon, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna kick myself later if I don't take off work. So I'm very glad I did. Busy week with a high of 90. 90, Jesus Christ. Just want to lay down and rest. I mean, I will gladly, we can balance out that temperature. Like, it's like 50 something outside. We can balance it a little bit. I'll take 25 degrees so that it's like 75 here. I'll do that. Hi, Ray. Good to see you. On a good note, I finally got a new phone after 7 years. Hey, we love that for you. Love that. I don't know. I don't think I'll get a new phone anytime soon. I haven't run out of battery life on it. It's 30 something here. I'll take that extra heat. Okay, we could split the heat 3 ways. We could split it 3 ways. Migraine was so bad I actually tempted to taking more than 2 Excedrin a few days ago. I just took some headache medication because I feel the start of one, but, like, it's not, like, enough to be like, oh god, like, I can't look at a screen, but it's like I start it. I feel it starting. I'm okay. Got told I did not get accepted to PhD program. Oh no, I'm so sorry. But Prof said only 1 acceptance for whole department and that I should defer to next year. Oh, okay. So, like, almost like not like a half acceptance. Are they going to tell you why you weren't accepted? Also, what are you looking to get your PhD in, my friend? Also, hi, Max, just in case if I didn't say hi. 65 Fahrenheit with a nice breeze. Ooh, that's a good temperature. Because it's, like, it's chilly enough that you could, like, wear a light jacket and jeans. But also, you can wear shorts and a t-shirt. It's, like, the perfect temperature. I actually put my headache meds in my tablet box.
Because when I retire, I want a television the size of a billboard.
Max, thank you for the gifted sub to Shiris.
Thank you, Zach. You didn't have to do this.
Thank you. Much appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the ad-free viewing when ads actually run that aren't during the breaks, because that's when I try to schedule ads. But I don't know if they run any other time. And the sub-specific emotes and all the good stuff. I actually put my headache meds in my tablet box because I know 7 times out of 10 I'll wake up with a headache. You may need to drink more water and maybe check your eyes and maybe go to the doctor. Because if you're waking up 7 times out of 10 with a headache, then that is not normal. That is very not normal. Funding, comma of federal and state cutbacks, plus no graduations, and last year a bunch of new students. This program would have been sedimentology and streamflow. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, because they probably don't want to, especially if it's like a cohort model, like they want to have like enough people per cohort to like justify running the classes. That kind of makes sense. It's like with our masters in finance right now. Like before, we could only have students start in a fall term. We couldn't have them start in spring just because of the sequencing of classes, and we didn't have enough students in the program to warrant a fall and spring start. But now we have enough students in the program, enough students are interested that they can justify running the classes both fall and spring semester. I do drink the water, I promise. Okay, but you still need to get it checked though, because that's not normal to be waking up like often with a headache. That's not normal. The only time I like consistently woke up with a headache was when I was in the process of getting my book finalized and published, self-publishing. So my brain was stressed and overworked because like I had like 15 things like on my mind, and my headache did not go away until everything was done. So, but it was like it was not like debilitating, but it was, I needed to rest, but I couldn't rest because the book needed to get done, because if I didn't finish the book, the headache wouldn't go away, but I needed the headache to go away to do work, so it was very messy. Existing wearing my sunglasses inside because my glasses were sent out for new lenses. Oh, okay. That's fun. Also, I apologize for my glitching camera. I don't know why it's glitching all of a sudden. I need a replacement. Again, I need a fourth replacement, I guess, of this camera. Which is like, Razor, what the fuck are we doing? I do also need to get a longer cable. So I do need to order that. Doctor and opticians, it is. It is, indeed. Do the thing. Schedule the appointments. Oh, bonk you. Okay. This is the first gifty, which I already knew what it was, because it was ordered on Throne. Ta-da! It's the Trickster shirt! Yay! Hopefully you can see the design, because I can't see my camera, so I don't know where the design is. Yay! Another Trickster shirt! Yay! Thank you, Susie, for the gifty. This was like a while ago, too. Okay, I'm gonna throw it on the floor. On top of the packaging. I desperately need to go through my shirts. I have so many shirts. Appointment or else by order of the rats. Exactly. Knifey Astarian? I mean, I will bring out Dinkle. I will give Dinkle a knife. I have a knife right here that I can give him. Or hims. I can give hims a knife too. Follow my good example, Susie. I just booked a dentist appointment today. Hey, love that for you. I have a dentist appointment at the very beginning of May. Because that was like their only time. Because like normally I try to do it on my evening day. So that I do it in the morning and then work the evening so I don't have to take the time off. But alas, that was not an option. Okay, I'm curious what you think I sent you. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to open that now. I have a dentist appointment in May too. LOL. Mine's end of May now. Typing in Discord. Yes, it arrived. It did. It did arrive. And then I got package. I got box from Mary Boberry. Yeah, so it did arrive on the 10th. So I think yesterday or the day before. But they didn't have a chance to put it in the system. So when I went over there, like, immediately once I walked in, they're like, oh yeah, we have your package. And I'm like, cool, thanks. Because they're like, oh yeah, like, we were just really short-staffed yesterday. I'm like, no, like, that's fine. Like, I'm not mad. I just want to make sure, like, because I was, like, a little afraid that, like, it somehow ended up at the wrong apartment building or something, even though, like, I gave you the right address. Please cut through the tape, sir. It's electrical tape. You can cut through this, Mr. Knife. Okay. Mr. Knife, please. I swear. Please. It's not that hard. Oh my god. It's always my fear. Because, like, especially, like, depending on... Use the thick tape because I didn't trust the turbo tape. No, you're fine. My knife should be able to cut through it, but it is not. It's not cooperating. Doctor's appointment on Tuesday. I don't have any appointments upcoming besides my dentist appointment. I should schedule another appointment with my GI. But I am a little lazy. And 2, I am most likely going to be moving a lot sooner than I thought I was gonna be moving. So I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. Love taping up boxes because I don't want them opening in transit. Yeah. I would go really overboard on my Etsy packages. Okay, the box is opened. The box. You opened it. It's a little sushi friend. Little feetsies. Got little feetsies. How did you know I wanted to eat sushi today, Mary? How did you know? Gross sushi plush. That's what it's called. Oh my god. Gross sushi plush. He wants brains. He wants brains. Thank you, Mary. I very much appreciate it. I'll probably use that box for something, honestly. Zombie sushi. Let's see. Can he sit? Oh, no, not really. He wants to lean backwards. That's the thing. He wants to go splat. He is very cute. I'll put him right here. He's right here. Thank you. I have to go through all of this behind me. So yeah, I am most likely going to be moving sooner than I anticipated. Just because, y'all, I fucking hate leasing. I hate renting, but I have no choice but to rent an apartment. I literally cannot afford a house, a townhouse, or whatever. But, like, they make it, like, so impossibly hard to break lease. And if I were to re-up my lease, because my lease ends at the end of June, if I were to re-up my lease and then go to break lease, they're like, oh, so you have to owe us 60 days of rent, because you have to give us 60 days notice, plus $2,000. And I think that's because this place has no security deposit. And I'm like, bitch, what? So I most likely am going to be trying to find a place for mid-June. So roughly 2 months from now is when I'll be moving, ish. So, so that will be happening, probably. So you'll probably start to see this start to get taken down over the course of the next several weeks. Know what's going on my end. I'm just waiting for the fucking court order. What's the court order gonna do? Like, is the court order to kick y'all out? Or is the court order something else entirely? But, like, I was planning for when I do move to, like, we could do, like, a little housewarming stream. Like, not like I'm gonna show you the entire apartment, because, like, I can't necessarily, like, I don't have, like, a wireless camera. But I did, like, a little, not like a housewarming stream, but like a decorate my shelves stream back when I first moved into my grad school apartment. Apartment? Hello? In my grad school apartment, we did like a whole decorate my shelves behind me type of thing. So maybe that's what we'll do. And maybe that'll be like a little like gift-a-thon on Throne, because like there is stuff that I want, and I want to give y'all the opportunity, like if you wanted to contribute to something in my space, or like not just the gaming space but something in my apartment that like I know I need and will be using, blah blah blah, to give y'all a chance to partake if you want. Again, there's no obligation or expectation, but I think that would be something fun. Adds a sock storage closet. I mean, I barely don't have enough storage as is, let alone a closet. A nice pair of house slippers. I do have a nice pair of house slippers though, but I usually walk around in either barefoot or with socks. Socks, especially during the winter, because my feetsies get cold. I do have house slippers though. I'm very much a person that doesn't like wearing shoes in the house, especially because my floors are carpet. Like this apartment and my last apartment were all carpet with the exception of the bathroom, the little foyer area, which isn't that big, and the kitchen. But everything else is carpet. But some of the places I'm looking at are like not necessarily tile floors, but linoleum flooring with the exception of like the bedrooms and stuff. So maybe, but... And also, if that's linoleum, depending on where I put the gaming setup, my chair will actually roll for once. That would be nice. Stone floor slippers are much more comfy on that. That's fair. That's fair. I probably, if I did have like hardwood or some sort of like hard surface floor, I might be more inclined to wear slippers. But considering like my last two apartments have just been carpet, like it doesn't bother me as much. Women floors, but I don't trust them to be clean to be barefoot. Fair. Yeah, when I lived in my senior year apartment, it was also linoleum flooring, and I knew it was time to clean the floor when I could feel crumbs on my feet. Like I knew that was then the time to clean the floors. But I think also I did wear like a lot of slippers in the house. I don't remember though. It's been a while. That was a long time ago. 6 years ago. Jedi mind trick on my mom and it worked, and I granted the rank of master. I love that for you. But how are you doing, my friend? Good to have you here. I don't know if I am the one to grant you the title of Jedi Master, considering that I myself am not a Jedi Master. Though Dinkle might be able to. Dinkle seems like he would be the one qualified enough to give you that title. Me, not so much. God. Sorry, I have like a little piece of like... There. That's gone. Nice clicky vinyl floor in the kitchen, and I wish I had that in all the rooms because I love it, but the stone floor was here before me and it would still be here once I leave. Fair. He looks like a Jedi Grandmaster. He does. Also with his little bell. And his little squeak. If I can find where the squeaking mechanism is. It's here, I promise. There we go. We love Dinkle. We love Dinkle very, very much. Remember my friend having stone floor in her kitchen? It was the best place to stand in the summer. Oh, yeah, because the stone would be cool. Yeah. I don't think any of the apartments I'm looking at are going to have stone floors, though. I don't think that's the case. I did look at... Online, I did not go in person. I did look at an apartment... Townhouse? I don't know if that's classified as a townhouse or an apartment. I don't know. But it is 2 floors. It is slightly bigger than mine. It's technically a 1-bedroom, but it has a space... like an office space or a den on the 2nd floor, which would be the gaming space. And it also looks like to be an end unit. So I might go ahead and just apply for it and see what happens without having gone to see it yet. Just because, like, if I am gonna be moving, like, I need to get something. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Like, apply for it and then go see it. And type of thing. So brave. I know where it's located. And it would still cut my commute down. Like, I wouldn't be on the highway that long, because I would actually be missing most of the highway traffic if I were to get on the highway. Cats love the stone in the summer. They also love it in the winter because I have floor heating. Oh, floor heating? Look at you, Shiris. You're so fancy. I can barely get heating in my own apartment. The single pane windows, like, suck everything out of it. You can always withdraw your application if you hate it when you do see it. Yeah, I might try to go next weekend to go look at some apartments or places I'm interested in, because I'm specifically looking for a mid-June start or a mid-June move-in, specifically around the week where I'm already off work, so it's less days I have to take off work for it. But this one specifically, like, works really well with my schedule, so we should be okay. But we shall see. But I think that's what I might do, because the application fee is like only like $50. That I could just throw on like one of my credit cards and pay it off later type of thing. But yeah, I think it would be super fun to do like a housewarming or like a new stream setup warming, I guess. I don't know. I also pay around $6,000 a year to keep this place warm, so there's downsides. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But it'll be fun to, like, because, like, I'll be, like, redecorating and everything. But I will be getting rid of some stuff, for sure. Because I'm not sure if I want to, like, get rid of or sell my Pokemon plushies. With the exceptions of a couple. I do want to still keep a few of my Pokemon plushies. But, like, there's some of them, like, I don't need or want anymore, you know? Like, I'm not as big into Pokemon like I was when I was younger. Some of them have sentimental value, which I'll keep, but not a lot of them. But I think what I might do is I might open it up to y'all first, like, depending on which ones that I'm like, okay, like, I'm willing to part with these ones I'm keeping, and be like, hey, like, I'll give you, like, a decent rate. If you also help with shipping cost, then it's yours. And if y'all don't want them, then I will look elsewhere to sell them, probably. My house barely keeps heat in, and then barely lets heat out. So it's enraging me. That's fair. My apartment right now, with where the sun is in the sky, we don't get a lot of sun. So in the winter, it's like freezing in here, but in the summer, it's usually super cool because we don't get a lot of direct sunlight. I had to majorly cut down on collectibles over the years because of space in the apartment. It's not even, like, space. It's more of, like, what do I want to take with me? Because especially because, like, when y'all send me cute shit or, like, well, gross, Sushi Man is a little gross, but we still love him regardless. Because, like, y'all send me stuff, and it's like, I want to have space for these things, and for, like, you know, Gus and Trickster and Blanche the chicken. Like, I want to have space for these things, but, like, I have all this, like, other plushies from years ago that I don't really care as much about anymore. So, yeah, I have to make some decisions. But I think I'm going to apply for that apartment. It'll be nice. It'll be fun. Moving was a big move for her. I had to choose if I wanted to move so many boxes of books. Spoiler, I did not, so I cut down. Fair. One of our desk receptionists at work started a little library in our lobby area for our students. So some of my books that I've already read or don't want, I'll probably bring there. Or I'll offer them to my coworkers. Or there's actually a thrift bookstore down the road that will give you, like, cash back, like, depending on, like, what you bring in, which is pretty nice. I need to get rid of a few things, but I also struggled to let go. Been trying to decide if I can part with Connor Nendo for months now. I forgot I bought Connor Nendoroid. I actually forgot about that. I'm gonna have to make a list of, like, when I do move. I have to make 2 lists. I have to make a list of things that I need to change my address on. And, like, when do I need to change the address by? And 2, I need to make a list of things that I know I ordered that I have to change the address on now. Because, like, I know I Kickstartered, or, like, not Kickstarter because I didn't use Kickstarter. I backed a Cyberpunk board game project, and that isn't shipping until the very end of this year in theory. So I have to make sure about that. But I know, like, I could do mail forwarding at least. Moved 3 times in 2 years. Moving sucks. Moving does suck. Like, I'm looking forward to it because I feel like it's gonna feel like a fresh start in a way. It's gonna, like, I feel like it's gonna give me, like, a lot of energy because I feel like I told my coworker this the other day because, like, for those who weren't aware, I turned 27 on Monday. And I told my coworker, like, I now kind of feel my age. Like, not because, like, my body is starting to hurt more in the sense of I now feel like an adult. You know, like, or I'm starting to feel more like an adulty adult. And I feel like I'm coming into my own a little bit. And, like, I want to, like, make my space mine, you know? Because there's definitely some stuff, like, in the living room that I know I don't want, nor do I need it. And just making choices, you know? Pre-ordered a Horizon Forbidden West statue sometime early last year, and it shipped last week. I definitely forgot about it for a few months. That's fair. You're one of the most adultier adults I know. Oh, thank you. I think my students would agree. Okay, y'all. Okay, this will be the last thing I yap about before we get into the game. And I'm very glad that we started an hour earlier so we could yap more before we started gaming. But I had 2 students this week who were, like, the most wholesome beans ever. Actually, was it? No, they both came out on the same day, actually. So I had a student, one of my students, so we had advising yesterday afternoon. And one of the students, thank you for saying, I act old. I am old, though. You're our internet mom. That's how I refer to you to my coworkers. You're my internet mom. So, student comes in. She's just wanted just to make sure that she's graduating next semester. So we go through her classes, and I'm like, okay, so, like, you only need these 3 classes left. Actually, like, you only need these 4 classes left. If you take this class in the summer, this will count for this, and then that means you only need 3 classes in the fall, etc. And she's like, okay. And then, like, she started asking me, like, because I think I mentioned something about me being a music major in my past life. And she was like, so, like, how did you go from, like, music to this, being an academic advisor? So it was, like, kind of fun to, like, explain, like, my life story. Like, oh yeah, like, I really wanted to teach ever since I was a kid, and then, like, when I got to college, like, I realized that was not what I was destined to do, and then I pivoted into higher education, blah, 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 and it was just, like, a really fun conversation, because, like, I don't really get many students who ask me about, like, my music background, or how I ended up advising when I have a music degree, so that was kind of fun. Funny because my best friend was my second mom when I was in my 20s, and now I've got the same thing with you also. Is my friend your internet grandma? Maybe. Yeah, internet grandma owes us cookies. I want cookies. I think Dinkle does too. The little fucker. I'll have you all know he did not cause mischief at the office, though. I brought him to work. And then, so my second student, he was the last student I had that day. He had been he had to do something in the lobby for a little bit. He had to fill out a survey for us. So I brought him back, and it was about, like, 3:55. We technically closed at 4. And he sits down, and on my walls in my work office, I have this set of string lights with little, like, plastic clips on them. So I have like a bunch of my art prints on there, and I have some of Colk's art. I have one of Mags's art pieces as well. Your Cauldron Lake postcard I have up. I have like some thank you cards and some like just other random shit on those, and I have like my wall of signed prints. So I gesture him to sit down in the chair, and I walk around my desk to sit down, and he's like, yo,
Because when
like,
I retire, I want a television the size of a billboard.
Spider! Hello, thank you for the 25 months of support, my friend.
Such a splendid offering to me. How very thoughtful there, my kin. I am taken aback, though I accept.
Swish. Thank you for the 25 months. I hope you're doing well. We're just chatting and catching up real quick before we move into a gaming, because we like to yap. We do like to yap. Yeah, I forgot I gave you one of those. Yes, I think you may have given me a couple. I don't remember. But yeah, I definitely have one of them hanging on my work wall. And he sat, when I was like moving to sit down, he pointed at my Connor print, and it's like the smiling Connor. And he was like, yo, is that Peter Parker from the Spider-Man game? Or no, was that student? No, but he eventually figured it out. It was like, I'm like, oh no, like, this is not Spider-Man. This is a different game. And he was like, oh wait, is it that guy from that Detroit game? And I'm like, yeah, it's Connor from Detroit Become Human. And he asked me like how I got all the signed prints that I have. And I did talk about Gavin and Kamsky behind me, because I can't technically bring them to work because it's Gavin Rat giving a middle finger out of a mug. So unfortunately, I can't bring them to the office. But I was talking to him about like how you can get signed prints and everything like that. And he was like, oh my God, like that's so cool. So I was like telling him, you mean a work of art? Yes, a work of art. And then he asked me about like, oh yeah, so like your art stuff, like, oh yeah, like what's all this stuff up here? So he's pointing to like my string lights. I'm like, oh yeah, like I made some of those. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, and I pointed like roughly like, oh yeah, like these ones are mine, this one's my friend's, etc. And he was like asking me like what I use to like do the art, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I use Procreate. It's a digital app, it's on iPads and stuff, it's pretty great, blah blah blah. Because like I could not do traditional art for the life of me, probably. Leftover and Krabby stickers too. Ooh, okay, I may take some more Krabby stickers. Do you like these yap sessions because it feels like talking to old friends? Well, we can yap whenever we game too. We can do that too. Like, that's fine. Work on some sketches for my OC Harley. We vibing. Ooh, you can tell me more about your OC Harley. Neologisms are strong in those prints. They are. And he actually recommended, like, well, like, you can put, like, something over it to make it, like, censored. And I'm like, you know, you're not wrong. Like, I can get, like, cut a piece out of, like, an index card and, like, put on marker, like, censored or something, and then just, like, tape it on top of the glass for the frame and then hang the frame. I'm like, you know, that's actually kind of smart. If you want them. Okay, I'll have to check. I have, like, a whole pile of prints over here because I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I have to figure out how I'm going to hang them because I have my bookcase with my doors on them. Shout out to Shears for telling me what that was. But I don't know how else to hang prints because I don't want to use sticky tack. But also, like, how hang? Question mark. Mentioned you to Neil. He recognized your name because of those prints. I love that. I love that so much. All for yapping. It brings me joy. I'm glad. Neil's Discord put in nailed it. Oh, yes, I could. Yeah. Speaking of signed prints, there's a very large Resident Evil signing they're doing right now. And for those who don't know, do I not have this on my stream deck? I do not have this on my stream deck. That is something I need to add later. I am technically partnered with Streamily, so if you use my affiliate link to get to Streamily to then get to the Resident Evil page, it should, in theory, benefit me and also benefit you. So if you want to check out any of those prints, I'm probably going to look at a couple of them. There's some really good Luis ones, and there's some also really good Wesker. They have some Ashleys as well. I did not see any Leons, which would have been my preference, because, like, I want a Leon side print. But there are some Luis. There is Ashley. There's Ashley. There's Wesker. There's Jill. And there's one with Claire and Chris Redfield. There's some other characters from the other Resident Evil games I'm not familiar with. But there's a ton of characters. Yeah. Nick is a busy man, though. He might be doing other things. But yeah, feel free to use my affiliate link. The affiliate link should work. If not, let me know. And I will get a better linky to you. But yeah, so feel free to check those out. But yes, I think now it works. Beautiful. Amazing. And hopefully it should credit me because you went through it. I'm not going to get any, but I did click. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it should still, like... Yes, if I go here... This is me just testing to see if this actually, like, works. Oh, excuse me. Also, hey, apparently the guy who played Barney in Barney and Friends is apparently doing a live stream or a signing if anyone wants one from Barney. Now's your chance. Yeah, I'll have to go through some of these. There's an Ashley Birch is doing an Aloy one. Oh, and a Chloe. So maybe I'll get Chloe. There's a ton. There's a fucking ton. That was really tempting. Yeah, I need to get another one. I haven't gotten one in so long. So I'll have to do that at some point. I have to decide, because I really want an Arthur Morgan one. But, like, also, like, if I want to bring it to the office, like, I need to make sure, like, the picture itself is appropriate. So, like, there's a couple of Arthur with, like, his gun out. Well, he's not, like, pointed at anything. So, like, it should be okay. Like, it's not, like, insinuating, like, oh, yeah, he's killing somebody. So it should be fine. Meeting Roger, he's a sweetheart. I would love to meet him. I would also love to meet Nick Apostoles as well. And Alex Jordan, who's the VO. I don't think he did mocap for Mr. Hands, but he at least did the voice for Mr. Hands. So I would love to meet him. He's speedrunning meetings. He was so sweet. Yeah. Next year I'm gonna definitely try to go to PAX East, but PAX is the weekend before a conference that I might go for work, because, like, my boss is like, hey, like, I definitely encourage you to go, like, to a conference in the future. It's like, I want to, but they keep conflicting when I want to go to conventions. So, like, bags of gummy bears at him at Gamescom. Oh, I love that. Alex is so sweet. I would also love to meet Connor MacLeod, who is the voice of Hazard in Overwatch, because he's also just a sweetie. And I would also love to meet Valeria as well, who is the VO for Venture. Also because, like, Valeria is very gender. Like, I love them. Okay. It is time to dive into Citizen Sleeper 2. Man, a lot happened last week. So we went to the Scatter Yards, which the Scatter Yards is just basically like a boneyard of just, like, various, like, little ports for people to do ship work. So you, like, hop between them. We meet Seraphine's friend Marco, and Marco is like, okay, like, we can spy on Lane and figure out some shit and try to maybe like take it down from within. And by taking down from within, like seeing if we can find people or a person specifically that hates the Utsubo, which is the gang that's taking over that is Darkseid. And we go with Marco and Bliss to Darkseid to do this recon stuff. And lo and behold, Marco gets captured. And we find out that Ankita, who is one of the mercenaries that we meet in the very first Citizen Sleeper game, who apparently had a thing with Bliss at some point. Like, they were dating for like a hot minute after they both left the Eye, which is the setting of the first game. Ankita helps us get off Darkseid, but Lane knows we were at Darkseid because he was able to connect with us and basically take over our body and snap our finger. We go back to Scatter Yards without a Marco because fuck Marco, and I did save Scum once. I will admit I did save Scum one time. And Ankita, in exchange for us to escape, she said, hey, deliver this thumb drive to this person and ask them to see if there's anything on this drive that is incriminating enough to completely tear down Utsubo. So that's kind of where we left off. I'm getting vibes that we're getting towards the end of the game, so we shall see. I'm not really sure how far we are, because there really, if I remember correctly from Citizen Sleeper 1, there really isn't like a message or a pop-up for when you're about to go into like the point of no return sequence. So not like the way in Cyberpunk where like once you go to Embers to meet Hanako, before you go into Embers itself, the game has a pop-up saying like, this is the point of no return. Go do whatever else you wanted to do first before coming back and starting this, because there's no way to get out of it once you begin. So unless if they change anything from the first game and there is a point of no return marker, we're probably going to wind up in an ending without even knowing it, which is fine. I miss Jennifer Hale. She came to my campus once, but I had already double booked myself, so I couldn't go. Probably doing 2 cons with guests in the second half of this year and hoping to do KupoCon in February. I'm not going to do online signing things for the time being. Fair. That's very fair. Yeah. We do have a lot of conventions in this area, but a lot of them are like more like anime based, which is like not what I'm here for. Yeah, no one is mentioning the finger. No one is mentioning the fingy at all. And I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, Dinkle, I need you to move very slightly, sir. Okay. Also, yeah, we came back and like our one dice is kind of cracked. And I'm like, I have no idea what that means. And we have a shit ton of coin. All right. We have only 1 point available. And we have to go to Carmen, which is in Oliveira. We have to help Helion dispatches. We have to investigate Hexport and repair the rig. Make sketches across the belt. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is because Helion dispatches needs a certain amount of a certain type of component. I think it's either scrap or rare components. Or maybe it's engine components. I don't remember. So I want to make sure I have enough of what it might be of scrap components, actually. I want to make sure I have enough of those so we can go to Helion dispatches, help them out, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so we're gonna kind of spend a couple cycles just doing this. Just because we want the good shit, you know? Nice. Nice. He's having fun with the stray. Me too. Also, you all should know for the record, I have started making fan fiction. I started writing it at work on my lunch break because I was kind of a little bored and wanted to do the thing. So I started some fanfic of the Sleeper X Seraphim. I don't know when it'll be posted. It's there, vibing. So it'll happen at some point. It'll happen at some point. I don't know how spicy it's gonna be either. I haven't really decided. I just started by writing, like, whatever was coming to my mind. So we shall see. We shall see where it goes. It might just be very fluffy, because I have a feeling the ending, whatever ending we end up with, is not going to be fluffy. So I went back to writing too, at work. Yeah, it's especially because, like, normally, like, I would prefer using my time at work to do video editing, but with Wondershare, I don't have access to the cloud stuff unless if I get, like, the business subscription, which I'm not, like, technically this is a business, but I don't have business money. Though I did get to talk to our, oh God, what's his title? He's not the dean of our college, but he's like a step below the dean. So he's like executive associate dean or some shit, assistant dean. And I got to talk to him a little bit. And he also came to my office on Thursday for some reason. Like, he was just chilling and hanging out, came to say hi to all of us. It was very weird. And he came in and he was like looking around my office because he had never seen my office fully. He hadn't seen my office since I moved into it yet. So he came around and he saw my art prints on the wall. He was like, "Oh, like, what's all this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's one of the 15,000 ADHD hobbies that I have acquired." And he was asking me about, like, my art and stuff like that, and asking me about the sign prints and stuff. I'm like, okay, like, you're okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one. I think after this cycle is when we'll leave. Always need more fluff. Fluff is fun. Fluff is fun. Nice. Okay, what did we do? Game doesn't let us smooch Seraphim, then we'll do it ourselves. Very true. We will do it ourselves if we have to. Okay, I think I have enough components. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to go to the belt. And we actually have to go to the Hollow anyway to do the next quest for healing dispatches. So this actually, ooh, that's a new area. Ready, my brain goblins be like, head empty, no thoughts, sorry. I mean, you can always, like, take stuff from our roleplay and do that. Hollow view. Oh, this is the sketching of a design. Okay. So this is a side mission for one of the dudes back on Scatter Yards, where if we do all these sketches for him of different locations, he will paint us our ship, or he will give us, like, a custom paint job, essentially. And there is achievement for getting, like, all sorts of paint jobs and stuff. Is there a way I could see these sketches? Because I kind of want to see them. Alright, but we're gonna go here. And, ooh, oh, so we just need to give 2 engine components. Okay. Cool. You wait in the makeshift Helium Dispatches studio. Oh, my lights went off. Ooh. Ta-da! And also, hopefully, with the new place, I can have, like, more customization with the lights and shit. That would be fun. You wait in the makeshift Helium Dispatches studio as Kimball tinkers with an array somewhere in the back behind the far wall. It's a humble setup, a stool for Serene, a microphone, the transmitter and mixer terminal, and the hard line snaking away towards the array, but there's something pleasing about it all the same. The crackling sound of fresh welds echoes through the bay from Kimball's concealed position. You hope the array you struggled to extract isn't getting fried as you wait. You're here. Good. Serene rushes in, holding a small, dark rectangle in her hand. You will not believe what we have here. She looks around the bay. Where's Kimball? Installing the array. You mean... Serene smiles. We're going back on air? Before you can answer, she leaps forward, grabbing you in a surprisingly firm hug. Serene lets go of you. Sorry, she smiles, just excited to finally be back. Kimball, she shouts towards the back of the bay. How long for that new array? A muffled shout comes from behind the rear wall. Okay. Serene takes a steadying breath. We have a little time. What have you got there? The broadcast is from Erlin's Eye. The Eye! That's where the first game's located. We haven't heard anything out of them since the start of the war. Some people even said they've fallen to the flux. But something is happening there. Something is growing. This report says some protocol has taken over the station, become its protector. Conway drones can't get close. Senestat is giving it to get a wide berth. They're right in the middle of the war. Conway on the Starward side, Senestat on the Sunward, and they are resisting. Serene smiles. We have to tell everyone in the belt about this. We have to get the word out. So, okay. So they're saying that there's a new protocol that has taken over the station, become its protector. So I wonder if that's implying that the sleeper at the end of the first game went and became one with the systems of the station, or if something else entirely different happened instead. And I think also the little Neoven machine also became like some sort of wayward AI system inside the Eye as well. So that's interesting. If the Eye can be held, well, maybe we can hold out too. Serene looks at the drive in her hand. Either way, people need to know. There's a sudden clunk, a few percussive shouts from Kimball, and then a flickering of light all across the bay as the transmitter and array begin powering up. You and Serene watch as the Helium Dispatches studio comes to life, ready to broadcast once more. Not bad. Serene leans on your shoulder. Not bad at all. A shout comes from Kimball, and you know he's calling for Serene to get ready. That's my signal. She grins. Oh, I almost forgot. Serene produces a handful of chits. Turns out we have some avid listeners in the Radius markets. She deposits them into your hand. All right. She takes a breath. I need to go live. She smashes you a final smile. Thank you. I will make sure we make good use of that array. This will mean something. Kimball bellows something from the back of the room. Something you can only assume is a thank you. I love how we never see his face, and we also never hear him speak, like in text. Like we have to assume what he's saying. You leave the belt's most unusual double act of the broadcast, and as you do hear Serene's voice echoing through the bay. This is Serene Sabir, back on the air, to wish you all a free Helion, now and forever. Yay, we did it! And she did, holy shit, she gave us like 150 chits or something like that. Holy crap. Okay, where can I use my last thing on? We do need more fuel. We can align array, so we'll do that. Nice. Okay. We are going to take a 5-minute break because we did a lot of yapping. I'm hungry and I need to let my voice take a chill moment. So we're going to do that. Where is my button? This is the button for self-care. So go take care of yourselves, my friends. Go get yourself something to eat. Go get some water. Go get some snackies. And we'll be back in 5 minutes to go to Olivera, I think is the name. Sounds like we're gonna go to wine country, which I'm kind of excited about. Which is probably not gonna be, that's what it is. That's probably not what it is. But we'll be back in 5 minutes to see you all real soon. We had 3 of them land. That's so funny. That's so great. I don't think I've seen that in one go. Well, hello. Welcome back, friends. I got some, vegetable lo mein. But we're on our way to Olivera, a concealed colony to do the things that we need to do. You find Olivera exactly where Ankita said it would be, a ragged colony nestled in a crater on one of the biggest rocks in the shoals. Seraphim gets no response to his initial broadcasts, and you find yourself in a docking tunnel, the rig at one end, the colony at the other, with no idea what awaits you. I need you to get back on the ship and keep flying. You freeze in the dark tunnel, a figure in front of you, holding a long gun to their hip. I'm serious. Your eyes adjust to the dark, and as they do, you see a man, no, a boy, carrying a long, dark shape in his hands. I don't know how you found us, but you need to leave right now and forget this place. So this is Xander. Hard-headed and quick-witted. Starring being very stealthy, he is. Also, husband is still looking very cute and adorable. You glance over your shoulder and see Seraphim, his hands raised in front of him in a gesture of calm. Look, kid, we mean no harm. How about you go run and get someone? I am someone. I'm Xander. He sticks out his jaw. It's you I don't know, and I'll decide who's going to do some harm here. He reaches across his chest and thumbs on a lamp he has lashed there. You blink in the glare of the bright light, shielding your eyes, and as you do, you see a flicker of confusion crossing Xander's face. He meets your eye and with a look of shock and opens his mouth as if to speak, though no words emerge. We have something for Carmen. You notice the familiar name register with Xander, adding to whatever confusion or question your appearance has provoked. You see his eyes taking in your sleeper body, his gun dropping a little as he takes his attention off it. Is this... He looks between you and Seraphim. Are you here for Flint? He pulls the gun closer to himself. I'll be honest, kid, we have no idea who you're talking about. Seraphim allows himself to drift a little forward. So how about you drop the gun and we can talk like adults? As Seraphim floats past you, he gives you a look that makes you nervous. We're just here to deliver something. Cadence? She's cute. Young Olivia, a colonist. Xander, the voice echoes along the docking bridge. Xander, what are you doing? A figure appears at the end of the bridge behind Xander, a young woman clearly older than the boy in front of you. Found these two trying to sneak in, Cadence. Xander keeps his eye on you and Seraphim as he speaks. Saboteurs, maybe? Was about to send them on their way, Xander grins. I assure you, we are not saboteurs, miss. Seraphim smiles at Cadence. No, you're only allowed to smile at me, sir. I am your husband. Cadence sighs and glides over towards Xander. Stop messing around with that welder. She snatched the gun out of Xander's hands, and as he does, both you and Seraphim reflexively flinch. Cadence looks at the two of you with a raised eyebrow and turns the gun you could see so you could see it better. You notice the fuel tank and welding muzzle. It probably has an effective range of less than half a foot. Seraphim looks at Xander and rolls his eyes. Seriously? Cadence lowers the welder to her side and turns to Xander. Now's not the time. We got an emergency broadcast from Carmen and Flint. Something's happened. Xander's attitude changed immediately. He turns to face Cadence, putting his back to you, as if you had just disappeared completely. What do you mean, something's happened? Finn is a disappointed dad. He is. I don't know. They went quiet in the shoals. All we got was a distress signal. Cadence raises her hands reassuringly. Don't get excited. They probably just had a technical fault on the ship, but we should check anyway. We have to get them. Xander grabs the welder back and slings it over his shoulder. In what, Xander? Cadence sighs. They took our only functioning ship. The tender tide's still in pieces in the hangar. Seraphim gives you a nudge and nods towards Cadence and Xander. This is your chance. We have a ship. Xander wheels around in the tunnel, squinting at you in thought. Seraphim moves past you, approaching them. We need to see Carmen, and it seems like Carmen needs our help. He looks between the two of them. So how about we stop messing around in this dingy tunnel and go get your friend? Xander turns back to Cadence. Them? Really? He rolls his eyes. We're not the only people in Olivera. There must be other ships. You want to go looking? They're here now. Cadence looks at Seraphim, and they are generously offering to help. She smiles sheepishly. Fine. Xander folds his arms, but I'm coming with you. I don't want him to come with us. I'm sorry. Fine by us. Seraphin shakes his head and looks at you. Come on, then. You both turn and head back into the ship, Seraphin whispering as you do. What kind of backwater has Ankita sent us to? He sighs. This kid thinks he's some kind of sheriff. Keep him in the brig? We probably don't have a choice. Let's just find Carmen. Seraphin nods. Agreed. What are we talking about? Xander catches up with you and Seraphin. His mood seemed buoyed, I think, by the prospect of boarding a ship. You wonder how often he gets to leave Olivera. Nothing. Xander shrugs. Sounds boring. Wait up. You turn back to see Cadence gliding up the tunnel. I changed my mind. I'm coming too. Oh, Jesus Christ. More the merrier, I guess. Give me a minute to grab some supplies. You glance at Xander, just in case. Seraphin cuts in. I'll give you a hand. That all right, Sleeper? We'll be there in a sec. He looks at you. You pause, but Seraphin doesn't seem to be waiting for confirmation as he and Cadence head back into the dock. You're slightly thrown off by his eagerness to be helpful. This is the first time you've actually seen him be welcoming to anyone coming on board the rig. Seraphin, our husband, is going to be ditching us, I have a feeling. I think he just madly fell in love. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. I don't want this. Can we just, like, not do this anymore? Can we leave? I don't want my husband to go be someone else's wife. No, thank you. He's my husband. When you get to the cockpit, you notice Xander looking wide-eyed at the console and switches. Cool ship, he grins. After a short wait, Cadence and Seraphin come back into the cockpit. All loaded up? Seraphin pats Xander on the shoulder. Might want to get strapped in there, kid. Xander and Cadence find a place to settle as Seraphin buckles himself into the flight seat. Alright, he turns to Xander. Show us where to go. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're doing like a forced mission, I guess. You head out into the shoals, the thick debris field that surrounds Olivera. What's happening in here, Sleeper? Bliss pokes her head into the cockpit as Seraphin brings the ship towards the signal coordinates Xander gave him. We just got him being a cutie patootie. I don't want him leaving us. Me too. You look around the cockpit. Xander is tapping at the co-pilot console mounted in front of his seat in a haphazard way, while Cadence is asking Seraphin about how the rig works. Surprisingly, Seraphin is responding with patience and care. They'll help us find Carmen. If you say so. Bliss looks over at Seraphin and Cadence. Is Seraphin smiling? They shake their heads. Something is going on. Oh, yeah. If Bliss is picking up this vibe, then we know we're in trouble. Bliss turns back to you. Junie is working on the ship's wiring and won't respond to my messages. She's probably in the walls somewhere, hooked up to the main line. She smiled a weak smile. I'm here, so how about you tell me where we are doing out in the middle of nowhere? Quiet! Seraphin's voice cuts through the chatter. Is that? He gestures out into the debris field at a sparking, ragged-looking shape tucked beside a rock. I know he's set on settling down and to stop from running, but my god, husband, you're staying with us. How dare he potentially leave us after everything we've done? I know, right? We were in this together, my guy. Xander rushes to the cockpit glass. Carmen. A moment of tense silence grips the room. That's his ship. You and Bliss exchange concerned glances. This isn't good. I'll bring her in. Seraphin's eyes are fixed on the wreck of a crumpled ship now. We don't know anything yet, so everyone calm down. Xander is silent, his face pressed against the glass. Cadence stares out at the wreck, her cheeks pale. No one speaks until the rig is brought to a stop. Alright, now we are going to go out there, and we'll have a poke around. Seraphin looks between Cadence and Xander. We verify the ship, and we recover the crew. Seraphin gives you and Bliss a nod, and you both push off and glide towards the back of the cockpit. Suddenly, Xander pushes off from the window and glides with you out of the cockpit. I'm coming too. You need someone to identify the ship to identify. He stops and takes a breath. But can we take Cadence instead? Do the same. Pressing his cheeks against the glass, yes. Hi, Leah. How are you? Good to see you. Are you sure? I'm sure. Xander gets the words out, then pushes on ahead towards the airlock. You follow behind, ready to suit up and investigate the wreck. Okay, so we are with Bliss and Xander. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. As I take a bite of my vegetable lo mein and maybe not knock over Mr. Dinkle. Okay. Me too. I want a mission with Seraphim. Maybe that'll be at the end. Okay, so maybe you're actually a little bit useful. Keep my word, I'll create you an RP's ground up from scratch. Oh no, you don't have to if you don't want to. I appreciate it though. Okay, and then we can only do this one. Oh dang, we took stress from that. Oh, right. I forgot Rye still had that. Oh, Rye. Oh, sweetheart. That's very sweet of you, Leah. I very much appreciate that. Okay, we assess the wreck. The search of Carmen's gutted ship has impacted the mood in the rig. As more and more evidence of an attack has appeared, the quieter Xander has gotten, the more Cadence has retreated into the bunks. Now with the search complete, you are gathered in the cockpit to discuss what's been found. Come on. Cadence floats by the door, hugging herself against the cold. Tell us already. Xander is perched on the back of one of the seats, flicking at some hinged container he found in the wreck. Open and closed, open and closed. We'll be blunt. You tell them how it is. The ship was attacked with live weapons fire. They attempted to flee and burnt out the drive. The ship slammed into the debris field and came to rest here, crumpled and crushed. There are no bodies. The mention of the word bodies, a shudder runs through those assembled. Then they are here, somewhere. Xander has a steely look in his eyes, and we find them, whatever state they are in. He looks at Cadence. She nods back at him. Xander's right. We aren't leaving them out here. Carmen made Oliveira what it is. He saved us. We won't come back without him. She shivers and looks at Xander. He would do the same for us. Based on the damage to the ship, Seraphim begins. They're almost certainly dead. We get it. Xander cuts him off. But there are debris trails leading away from the ship. I've seen them. There are... Seraphim holds his hand out in a calming manner, but those could be from secondary explosions or depressurization. We picked the wrong trail, and it could lead us in circles, cycle after cycle. Then we better pick the right one. Cadence has Xander's steely look now, too. She stares directly at Seraphim, challenging him to answer back. Then that's what we'll do. He looks at you with resignation. Whatever happened here, you won't be leaving until you see its end. Okay, there's 3 debris trails. Which we're not entirely sure which one does what. Or throw this one here, why not? Have a color preference? Oh, hell yeah. Love that positive roll. Some of my favorite colors include like a dark purple, darkish green, gold, black. I do like a dark red on occasion. If you're gonna make something, I wouldn't mind something being like kind of like the Trickster inspired from Dead by Daylight. He's got a yellow coat with like some purplish pants. Kind of like burgundy in a way, but more deep, or not like deep burgundy. It's hard to describe. But again, you have creative control, my friend. Okay. Let's see. Could have no pants, maybe? No, but Leo works more in abstract art, so it wouldn't be necessarily, like... They're not going to be drawing the trickster. It's going to be much more abstract. Which is totally fine with me. His colors too. Oh, perfect. Totally here for it. Okay. Not the right style, my bad. Right? I do appreciate your line of thinking, though. Ooh, double stressy. Let's see. Bliss, you are not helpful. I love you, Bliss, but you are not helpful in this situation. Okay. The trail is dead. It's going nowhere. You have to agree, picking it through the debris has been nothing but an exercise in futility, and now coming to a dead end, you aren't even sure there is anything to find here out here at all. Loop back on one of the other trails. We gotta keep going. What else can you do? Okay. Go to this one, because we started on this one. Actually, and then we'll get a head start on this one. Spider, thank you for the lurk. Much appreciated, friend. Okay. Gonna end cycle as I take another bite of some nudes. Oh god. I got shitty rolls. That's good. I did say black, yes. Trickster is daddy. Trickster is indeed daddy. Honestly, I will do many things for that man. Oh. So, Xander's fucked now. That's good. And Bliss is kind of useless here. And I have very shitty rolls, so that's good. I think either Seraphine is very attracted to Cadence, or he knows her somehow, but won't tell us. We had no choice. I wanted Cadence instead. Me seeing him for the first time all on the same boat as I do anything. I mean, we have Sun, who is the trickster boy. Okay, I'm not taking any more risk with that one. All right. Okay, we just need the one. Beautiful. All right, dead end. Happily get moried by that man. Me too. Creating beautiful chaos. Love that. Thank you for the lurk. Much appreciated, Leah. I'm using all my dice. Ooh, another rock. Hello. Follow the trail. Thankfully, we can use Bliss here. Thankfully. Alright. Xander is still completely useless. Alright, Bliss had decent rolls, though. Bliss took some stress, though. Okay, let's do this. We also incurred some stress. More include some stress. I want to keep the rock like a precious stone. Okay, we're gonna run out of supplies. Oh, God. Yeah, three out of my 5 dice are broken. That's good. That's real good. That's fantastic. I really hope that this is it. I hope there's nothing else we need to do after this. Because our supplies are empty, and we're missing 3 dice, and we can't repair them until we're done with the mission. So, we shall see. Yay! When the Starward trail led to the caves, a little hope was kindled in the hearts of the crew, but after plumbing the depths of these dark passages, the hope seems to snuffed out. Xander has struggled on in silence, only speaking to update Cadence on the lack of news via the cockpit comms link. But he speaks now, quietly at first, then with increasing urgency. A light, sleeper, I see a light! And with that, he kicks off from the wall and darts down a dark tunnel with reckless speed. Gray about to lose it part 2? Potentially. You follow, but the tunnels are winding, and you quickly lose Xander around a corner. You kick off from the same wall, trying to close the gap, but when you come around that corner, you can't find Xander anywhere. And then you see it, through the thin slit in the cave wall, a flickering, fading light. You cross over to it and see scratches of chunks scraped out of the rock. Someone has dragged something through here. Or contact Xander. Click your comms to Xander's channel to call out to him. Nothing but static and silence greets you. Flashing red light on your comms panel suggests the signal isn't getting through. Push away some of the floating rock and squeeze yourself into the gap. As you do, you watch the light pulsing inside the cave, setting the cracks and shapes of the rock in sharp relief. You search those shadows for something recognizable, but the light source remains out of sight. And then you are through. You steady yourself against the wall and look towards the light. There, beside a fading emergency lamp, floats a body, its head instantly striking you as strange and misshapen. Oh no. Carmen's body. Is he still alive? Oh no. I thought they were going to bring aliens into this for a quick second here. You know, immediately this must be Carmen. His head is shrouded in an emergency helmet inflated around him like a balloon, while an oxygen canister floats nearby, attached by a tube. His eyes are closed, his body still. You try to settle your gaze on his chest to see the telltale rise and fall. And then the light catches something else, something broken and skeletal nearby, a face with bright eyes watching you. Oh God. I was not prepared for Flint to look like this. Okay. Hi. You scared me, sir. Okay, buddy. Flint, a quiet and desperate sleeper. Another sleeper. They watch you with lit irises, one's just like yours. Their torn face reveals no emotion. They pose crouched, coiled even, like a spring ready to strike. You're both frozen, unsure, afraid. Nothing moves. Your eyes trace the damage to their suit, to their body. They look broken, worn down. And you wonder if this is how you look to others. They flinch when they see you, as you feel to need to now. Carmen! Xander's panicked voice cuts through the silence. He rushes forward to the floating body, and as he does, the other sleeper pulls away from the wall like a statue coming to life. Kinda like Alien. True. For a moment, you go to intervene to save Xander from the skeletal figure, but the sleeper falls on Xander to embrace him, and Xander returns the hug. Oh. You float, stunned, watching as Xander begins to carry Carmen's body from the cave with Flint, the sleeper, guiding him. Oh, yay, we did it! We found. Carmen is stable. Cadence comes out from the room that has become a makeshift med bay. She looks between you and Seraphine, thanks to you. And Flint? Cadence pauses, choosing her answer carefully. Flint is in there with Carmen. They seem to be functional. She looks away, if that's what you mean. We should head back to Oliveira. Seraphine cuts in. He places a hand on your shoulder and steers you away towards the cockpit. Once you are out of earshot, Seraphine turns to you. Did you know Flint was a sleeper? No. Seraphine nods. He pauses. I don't want to be suspicious. I was just surprised, that's all. Seraphine glances back towards the med bay. They look different. Different how? Seraphine sighs, unsure of his words. Just never seen a sleeper like that. He looks away. I'll go get her started up. He pats you on the shoulder and heads to the cockpit. Just keep an eye on them, okay? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to be a little suspicious, I guess. He leaves you floating in the corridor, unsure what to think. Flint is the first sleeper you have met since you escaped the program, and at this point, those memories are little more than fragments and fictions. As the rumble of the drive runs through the ship, you can't help but feel a little concerned for what this might mean. Leave. Goodbye. So long, farewell. Fare thee well. And we are starving with 3 broken dice. You are left alone with Xander and Seraphine in the docks, while Carmen is carefully carried from the rig by Flint, guided away into one of Oliveira's many tunnels and passages. Okay, I believe you. Xander shrugs his shoulders. Seraphine raises an eyebrow. Believe us how? That you aren't saboteurs. He shoots you a sheepish grin, although you never know. I appreciate that. No problem. He nods to you with a kind of seriousness that only children possess. Tell me, kid. Seraphine folds his arms. Why are you so protective of this place? I mean, no offense, but who'd want to sabotage a tin pot colony in the middle of the shoals? Xander bristles at the comment, but controls his anger. You don't get it. Oliveira is a refuge. Why do you think we're hiding all the way out here? He glances at you and then back to Seraphine. I would have thought you'd understand what's at stake here. You've seen Flint. Seraphine pauses, unsure of how to respond. He looks embarrassed into silence. Look, Xander says, playing the peacemaker. You brought Carmen back to us. Everyone in Oliveira will thank you for that. How about you stick around for a bit, get a feel of the place? If you need to resupply, we can help. We haven't got much, but if you chip in, you'll get your share. He bows his head a little. We're more welcoming than we appear. Just don't expect to buy anything with those chits of yours. Xander puts his hands on his hips. Oliveira is not for sale. Seraphine shrugs. Alright, kid, He glances at you. We appreciate it. We need to hang around until Carmen is back up and awake anyway, and I think we'll be glad for the rest. Hi, Jesse. Thanks for the lurky hello. Hope you're doing well. I'll see you around then. Xander touches his brow in a salute and kicks them away, floating out of the docks. Okay. So, mini theory time. Keep dozing off, so I'm out. Bye. Bye, Anna. Appreciate you stopping by. So, I wonder, like, because when we got here originally, Xander was like, are you here for Flint? Because we were a sleeper, right? So I wonder if they're protecting Flint from something or someone. Maybe we're not the first sleeper Lane has had control over. Maybe we're not the first one. Maybe Flint is another sleeper that was taken advantage of and escaped and then wound up here on Oliveira. You know? Just some thoughts. Seraphine turns to you. A little shore leave doesn't sound bad. I agree. Seraphine smiles. Alright then. He stretches. I'm gonna head into town and see what's happening. He winks and glides away into Oliveira proper. He's still acting weird. You're left floating in the docks, unsure of what's to come next. It doesn't seem like Lane is going to find you out here, so maybe this is the perfect time to take a breather, at least until you bring Ankita's drive to Carmen. Okay, so we should explore everything else in Oliveira first before we bring the drive to Carmen. Okay. You turn that little thumbnail drive over in your pocket. Time to see what Oliveira has to offer. This is a cute little colony, though. Carmen's in recovery, and Oliveira will have to navigate a coming crisis without his steady hand. Oh, that's a... Oh. Okay. I also wonder, is Seraphim reminded of his sister a little with Xander? Maybe. Maybe. As you leave the rig, you find a figure waiting for you in the docking tunnel. You think of Xander's hostile greeting when you first arrived. Is that him again? I think it's Flint. Oh, Flint. Oh, poor guy. Poor sleeper. Oh. This is actually the first time we actually get to talk to another sleeper in both games. Because in the first game, I don't think we talk to a sleeper. We see another sleeper, but then Ankita shoots them. But we don't actually talk to another sleeper in the first game, I don't think. Where are you headed? Flint leans away from the wall, now out of the battered suit you first saw them in. The damage to their frame is concealed beneath their overalls, but you're still aware of it just beneath the surface. I haven't really looked around, so I don't really know. We'll go to farm stacks. Same. Flint nods in the direction of the colony. I'll join you. You float together through the docks in silence. Flint makes you nervous, and their insistence on intercepting you this cycle hasn't exactly calmed that sensation. Breaking the silence eventually becomes unavoidable. How did you end up here? Flint stares ahead, continuing their glide. Same as everyone else on Oliveira. Carmen found me. The mention of Carmen's name recalls the image of him floating unconscious in the light of your work lamps in those deep and winding caves. You suppress a shudder. They look like a moody seraphim. They do, actually. Flint gives you a sideways look, their mask-like face betraying no emotion. It's good you found us. They pause as you both move through a doorway. Could have been sooner, they blink, but better than nothing. Looking at Flint gives you an unsettling feeling, like catching your own reflection in a polished whole plate. Is this what others feel like when they speak to you, watching the crooked mask, the lit irises for signs of human emotion? Interpreting the stuttering emulations of facial expressions as they cross your doll-like face. Flint turns away again, and you realize that they might feel the same looking at you. Each the other's mirror, each reminding the other of the gap between being and being seen. What happened out there? Flint pauses. I made a mistake, one I won't make again. They frown and stare forward, offering nothing more. You arrive together at the winding entryway to the farm stacks, the gulping pulse of irrigation pipes humming in the walls. So, sleeper? Oh god, we're gonna fail this, aren't we? Flint's face curls in amusement as he uses the mononym everyone refers to you by. Oliveira asks all of those it harbors to contribute to the colony. Show me what you can do. And we're gonna fail miserably because we don't have any sort of endurance capabilities. Oh, we passed the check. Okay, never mind. We do fine. We do mediocre. We are just average. You and Flint join the farmers in the operations bay of the stacks, listening in on the shift's opening huddle. Jobs are assigned, yields discussed, and repairs prioritized. You go to work with the others, clambering into the guts of one of the stacks to repair an irrigation pipe, then joining another team running a chemical analysis of the crop. The stacks pulse around you, feeding their crop of kelp, algae, tubers, leaves, and roots. As they do, you find yourself borne away on the rhythm of work. But while you work, you also feel tiny points of friction with the other workers, glances and mistakes, pauses and hesitations that leave you feeling marked out somehow. Take a moment to rest, staring at the green glow of the stacks. Something makes you look to one side, a glint that catches your eye, and there is Flint, taking a rest of their own. See a glint again, Flint turning something over in their fingers, watching it spin. A vial of stabilizer. My last vial. Flint speaks without taking their eyes off the drug. Even though the haze of your lost memories, you can recall the fizzing, sickening pulse of that injection, the dependence your reboot freed you from, saving it for a special occasion. Flint pockets the vial and meets your eye. You don't need stabilizer, do you? Flint moves away from the wall and they were resting against. I noticed you were different from the first moment we met, but I didn't realize what it was until now. How are they able to tell, though? The way you work, the way you move without dependence. I see it now. We're gonna tell them about that repoop. Tell them about the process you and Seraphim attempted on Dark Side. The one that Lane interrupted. They listened absent-mindedly, watching the workers instead of you. That's not all, though, is it? Flint meets your eye. There's something wrong with you. More than just your decaying frame. Your signal, your present. It smells different. Lane did something to me. I've come to know that feeling. The feeling that I am an object, a tool to be molded, to be shaped for someone else's use. Here in Oliveira, people are different. Flint looks out at the workers. But I still know who I am, what I bring to this place. All of these people are at risk because of me. That means you too are a risk to your crew, to me, and more importantly to this place. That is what is worrying me. Oliveira will welcome you, just as it welcomed me. Flint stretches, and it will do so in spite of itself and its own safety. What are you trying to get at here? I want you to know that, because they will pay the costs, those close to you, and you must know they will pay that they pay it for you. With that, Flint turns and glides away. But also, like, Flint, sir, we have a husband, and he, in theory, loves us. Unless if he's gonna ditch us for Cadence. Then I will be sad that I decided to stay with him. You watch them leave, their billowing cloak revealing and concealing the glinting and ragged parts of their exposed skeleton as they go. That was a very interesting conversation. Okay, we need to get food. Canteen visit safe. Okay, we do need to repair our dice though. Okay. We need more rare components. Rage if he dishes us. My canon will be he stays with us. Yes, same here. Oh, every time we repair a dice, we get more glitch. Okay. That's new. I didn't realize that before. The dice do be hating on us. Okay, we are going to rest. Oh! A couple of our other dice are cracked too. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this is every time we repair a dice, I think. The sound of raised voices echoes through the tunnel. Following them, you find yourself at the entrance to the clinic where Flint and Xander are locked in a bitter argument. I won't take you there, Flint. Xander is pleading with the sleeper. Look what you happened to Carmen. They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly why I have to go. They will find me here, and when that happens, the whole colony can hear you two. Seraphim comes out of the clinic with Cadence. You trying to wake up Carmen? Oh, Seraphim, what are you doing with Cadence? Sir, you're our husband. Look forward to Saturday streams because the music to this game is so damn good. You can find it on Spotify. It's probably up on YouTube as well. See Seraphim clock you standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet and Seraphim looks away. Neither of you have seen each other since you brought Carmen back to Oliveira. Yeah, Seraphim, what the fuck, man? Trying to make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. Flint folds their arms. I'm the reason he is like he is, and that means it's on me to fix it. Wait in silence. Trying to be a hero, Flint? Seraphim squints at the sleeper. I'm trying to stop Essenarp coming down on this place. Flint gives him a dark look. Ooh, Essenarp. What do they want? The mention of Essenarp's Seraphim's eyes jump straight to you, and Flint follows his gaze, finding you waiting in the passageway. Essenarp, the company that created you, the company you escaped. The idea of them bearing down on this place sets your nerves on edge. You have long since slipped their grasp. Lane disabled your tracker in exchange for unwavering service, a gift that became a trap. But Flint is still on the run, and if SNR attacked Carmen's ship, they can't be far away. You look at Flint and see the fear in their eyes. Your tracker is still active. Oliveira is shrouded. Flint looks towards the center of the colony. Carmen managed to get hold of the signal shroud and set it up here. He wanted to keep everyone safe. There's no way SNR can track me here. Am I missing something? Seraphin interrupts. If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not just about the tracker. That hunter found me in the debris field. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Oh, a hunter. Okay. Which is also from the first game as well. Silence falls on the group as the inevitability of the problem sets in. Xander looks distraught. You can't, Flint. Xander says in a quiet voice, they'll kill you. Seraphin glances at you and Flint in turn, and you see his mind working on a solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. This is how it is. Flint looks dejected. Unless we get them first. Seraphin smiles an impish smile. Seraphin, sir, can we have a conference meeting first and have a discussion on the plan you are hatching in your brain to make sure that it is a decent plan, sir? Seraphin, what are you thinking? Caden speaks up for the first time. We know there's a hunter out there scouring the shoals, and we know they are looking for you, Flint. Seraphin shrugs. That means we have the upper hand. We don't need to bring them here. We can bring them anywhere we want. Seraphin looks around at the group. So we get set, we prepare a little surprise, and then we wait. We should have never come here with him. Man's changed. Flint is already shaking their head. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move you now. We take you somewhere we can prepare, and we work hard and fast to get an ambush set. When the hunter comes, Seraphin grins, we spring the trap. What kind of trap? That we still have to figure out, Seraphin admits. But you have to admit, it beats going out to die without a plan. He shoots Flint a look, and hey, if we fail, the outcome will be the same anyway. Flint doesn't respond immediately. You can see them thinking it through, considering their options. I'm coming. Xander has a determined look on his face. We're doing this, and I'm coming. No, the fuck you're not, Xander, because you fucked up the last time. When I mean you fucked up the last time, you rolled 2 negative rolls, got so stressed out that you couldn't complete the fucking mission. I don't want you working this gig, sir. Look, kid, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is the real thing. A bounty hunter is not going to. Stop patronizing me. Xander cuts him off. I know the shoals. You need me out there. The conversation suddenly devolves into many small arguments. The location, who should go, how to approach the ambush, the noise grows. The old Solheim manufactory. Cadence's voice rises clear and precise to the noise. That's where you do it. It's on a rock far enough from here, and it's a real labyrinth. You can lead the hunter there and get them lost inside. Caden's eyes are bright and determined. That place is full of old machines, ordnance. We've been afraid to scavenge any of it. It's so unstable. You know, Seraphin, watching Caden speak, clearly impressed by this sudden shift towards decisive action. Could bring the whole place down on their head. Xander picks up Cadence's thread. I know the manufactory. It's a good idea. You look between those gathered. Seraphin is stubborn and protective. Cadence's sharp eyes. Xander's relentless desire to get involved. And Flint, a sleeper like you. A sleeper in need of an escape. Carmen was building something here. A shrouded haven. A place that needs protecting. He may be unconscious behind those doors, floating amongst the wires and tubes of the clinic. But something of him is here, in this group, making a plan of resistance. Flint's eyes meet yours, and you know what has to be done. The rig will leave Oliveira this cycle. You have a hunter to trap. Yeah, but we have no food, sir? We have no supplies, my guy. Okay. Allow you to gather supplies, but you have to harvest, pack, and process yourself, which can be exacting. Okay. Okay, so we... Okay. This should be fine, then. And we have glitch dice too, so that just makes it... Oh, fuck. Give me a positive 20% chance. Hell yeah. Okay. We're leaving with 4 stacks of supplies. Alright. So we got 4 days on this jaunt. Actually, wait. Okay, we are going to take our 5-minute break now before we get into, like, the next section of doing all of the things. So, with that being said, don't forget to do self-care things. Go grab some water, go grab a snack. Go do what you need to do, and we'll be back in 5 to go on this other contract to save Flint, which I am on board with. I am on board with saving Flint because I want to help another sleeper, right? And I have a feeling that that might be very useful to us later on. Especially once Carmen is in better shape. But I'm gonna be big fucking pissed if Seraphin goes with the girl. Like, hello? Seraphin, you are my husband, alright? I'm hoping it's something unrelated. And that it's husband not trying to cheat on us. Excuse me. Alright, but we'll be back in 5. See you all very shortly. Go do the self-care things and we'll be right back. Hey, thank you for the lurk. I have cake. So close, Trickster. He's not that close, but I appreciate that regardless. As a reminder of the upcoming stream schedule, on next Tuesday, we will continue and finish out Life is Strange Double Exposure. Monday of next week, we will do a double feature of Townkeeper and That's Not My Neighbor. And then next Saturday, pending that we're probably not going to finish Citizen Sleeper 2 tonight, but we will continue with Citizen Sleeper 2 until we finish it. Which, I still have a feeling we're getting close to it. But we're here to go do all of the things. Ooh, so we get to pick. Ooh, shit. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring Eugen and Bliss. Eugen simply because of his skill set. This is pretty cool, though. My dice look very broken right now. Corroded plates, twisted struts, scattered scrap. The manufactory makes for a familiar sight, just one more ragged artifact from the corporation that once owned the system. Despite that, something about it sets you on edge. Perhaps it also will form the crucible for your attempt to take on an SNR punter. The kind whose entire job is to bring in escaped sleepers like you, dead or alive. The rig is tucked in behind a rock, running on low power with a transponder off. You hope that that's enough to not draw attention. So talk us through it. Seraphin turns back to Flint, Cadence, and Xander, all of whom are crammed into the cockpit along with your crew. Hey Susie, thanks for the unlurk. We have to make this place look like a colony. This is what Hunter will expect. Cadence suggests first, her voice quavering a little with anxiety. We could seal up some of the holes, maybe install some lighting, fake it up. Okay, Seraphin nods reassuringly. That's good. What then? We force them to go deep. Xander cuts in and everyone looks at him. He pauses, a little intimidation by the attention, but Flint nods at him to continue. I've been out here before on a salvage run. There's an assembly line that runs through the whole place, filled with old manufacturing machines. We seal doors, activate machines, make it a maze of malfunctioning construction arms and dead ends. Alright then, control their route. I like it. Seraphin smiles at Xander, and if we get lucky, maybe one of those old machines will do the job for us. I doubt it. Flint joins in. We'll need the ordnance from the silos, mining charges, fuel, whatever is left from when this place was churning out Solheim goods. They furrow their brow. We blow the place, to make sure. A silent passes through the cockpit to the danger of what you are about to attempt dawning on everyone present. Okay. Seraphim has a dark look. That's the plan. We can detonate the ordnance with a command from the rig. A simple wideband comm signal. We'll get them. Seraphim pats Flint on the shoulder. Once they go in, that hunter isn't coming back out. This is going to be, especially with only 4 supplies, a glitch dice, bad rolls. Like, this is going to be great. Anything we missed? What if they don't take the bait? Then I engage. Flint rubs their hands together nervously. I lead them in directly, right? Right. Seraphim concerns grimly. How long do you think we have? There's a lot of factory down there. The hunter got to me and Carmen fast. Flint looks at the cockpit. No more than 3 cycles. When the hunter came for us, Flint grimaces, remembering the attack on Carmen's ship. They came out of nowhere. Hit us hard and fast. If it wasn't for Carmen, we need to be ready for anything. Flint looks at you. There won't be a warning. Seraphim sighs. Nice pep talk. Flint, you better be somewhere deep in that place, down in the bedrock. But make sure it has a back door, okay? He nods at the sleep, but the rest of us will get to work. Alright, you heard Flint. We do this and we do it right. We make our stand on this rock. Let's not waste a moment more. I do have to say, I love hearing Seraphim, like, kind of take charge. It's so great. Okay. Hunter's arrival. A few cycles they will be here and you must be ready to face them. Okay, 3-part plan. To make sure you can face the hunter, all 3 parts must be ready by the time they are here. Okay. Okay, I'm just getting a bearing for what each part needs. Oh, Lord, this is gonna be bad. Okay. Eugen has really great rolls. Of course, he fails one of them. Or he does a neutral. Does a neutral. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, let's get this done, Bliss. Let's get it done. God damn it, Bliss. Okay. We're gonna take stress, probably. Yeah. But we need to get rid of the glitch dice. Damn. We're doing great. We're doing great so far. I probably could have used those, but... Oof, we got some breakage. Oh, God. We have the most shitty rolls. Didn't stand a chance? Okay, whatever you say, bud. Oh, my God. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, like, the probability of me getting, like, negative 4 times in a row. Thank God that actually worked, Bliss. Okay. I took stress on that, but we need to keep moving. Okay, I'll take... Actually, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, that one's done. Okay. You know, Caden's voice comes from the comms, shimmering with interference. From here, it doesn't look half bad. Look across the shelf of the manufactory, now studded with lights and dotted with markings, the fresh welds and plates giving the whole place a fragile patchwork feeling. If I was a piece of shit hunter, this is what I think a normal person's settlement would look like, right? We better hope so. Cadence goes quiet for a moment, her attempt at humor only serving to remind you both of the desperate circumstances. Have you spoken to Flint? Cadence pauses. I mean, really spoken? Why? Oh, Cadence stumbles over her words. I just thought you two might want to speak about... She trails off. Flint is very loyal. I know they are quiet and well intense, but I just hope you two can find some common ground. I don't think Flint likes me. Are the dice going on vacation? Potentially, they might be. Nobody thinks Flint likes them at first. You can hear Cadence's comforting smile in her voice. We know better now. Olivera is a refuge. Cadence takes a breath. For all of us. I was in trouble when I met Carmen. We all were in one way or another. Seraphine has told me a lot about you. Yeah, what did Seraphine tell you about us, ma'am? I can see what you are trying to do for Flint for Olivera. Well, we're gonna let her finish. I appreciate it. I know Xander does, and Carmen will do as well. And Flint, well, you'll see. Comms click off, returning you to the silence of the manufactory. You look out across the false colony at the glittering lights. They are a poor imitation of Olivera's real lights, those that indicate the colony's fragile, delicate state. You shake it off and move on. This isn't over yet. Oh, so basically, we have to do both of these in one cycle. We're kind of fucked. Not gonna lie. We're just a little fucked. Just saying. Yeah, we're kind of fucked. Doors and main require direct approach if you want to funnel the hunter into the trap. I'd rather set up this. Yeah, we're kind of boned. We're kind of a little fucked. Just a little bit, though. Ooh. It's not good. We'll at least get one done. Because we're gonna get net positives on this roll, too. Even more fucked with your fucked? Maybe. Go easy with that. Flint's voice rumbles over the local comms as you secure the final piece of ordnance. You turn to see them floating backlit in the entrance to the bay, one of many that you have rigged with ordnance deep in the manufactory. Down here, dust and flecks of rust float through the beams of your lights, and the walls are bent and buckled. They spent the past 5 cycles here, picking out a spot to draw the hunter down to. One they should be able to slip out when the hunter finds their way in. It's a long time to be down in these dark tunnels, waiting. Looks like we are just about done. Their voice is flat, their tone pragmatic. You okay? Flint nods, eager to be done with this. They look over their shoulder, however it plays out. Excuse me. Flint glides into the bay, slowly. There's something I need to tell you, something I think you'll understand. What we are doing out here is not about saving me, it's about Olivera. You struggle to see Flint's face with the light behind them. I should be on a ship out of there, leading this hunter away, but they won't let me do that. They shake their head in frustration, and even if they would, they can't spare the ship, not after Carmen's got shut up. That was my mistake. I never should have let him persuade me to come with him on that supply run. Flint looks down. What's done is done. What matters now, what I need from you, is a promise. That you'll bring this place down with me in it, if it means stopping the hunter. I promise. Flint nods. I knew you'd understand. You know as well as I that those who get close to us are at risk. That we as sleepers have to recognize what we open the door to. Carmen is my fault. I won't be Oliviera's downfall too. With that, they turn and leave you in the dark. Well, that did not help us at all. Oh, great. More dice are gonna be broken. Yay. Yay. Wake up, sleeper. There's the classic line. Seraphine is in the bunks. We've got incoming. Patswin says the sleeper can fit so much trauma. You shake off in the haze of forgotten dreams and get up. In moments, you are in the cockpit. Xander, Cadence, and Seraphim all gathered around the console. On it, the local view shows nothing, not a single ship signal, and a few objects beyond a scattering of debris. It was right here, I swear it. Seraphim jabs at the screen. A ship, small, but definitely a ship. Seraphim. Cadence sighs. We've all been up a while. Get some rest. I know what I saw. He catches her eye. You look at the screen, its gridded view showing the scattered signature of debris, like schools of fish drifting in the soft current. The manufactory is a noisy blob at the center of the circle, one that dissolves into the background at its edges. Nothing. And then there it is, a flicker, a flash, a spark of movement and light among one of the debris clouds. It flares and then is gone again. You look up and Seraphim meets your eye. He reads your expression immediately. Seraphim slams a hand down on the console, opening up the comms channel. Look alive, Flint. They're coming in. Go deep and be ready to run. He pulls his hand off the switch. We better hope they heard that. Then you see it through the cockpit glass, the flare of an engine, faint and masked, but driving a squat, dark ship out of the debris, the Hunter. The ship seems to idle a little near the manufactory's asteroid, drifting past the dressed-up shell of the old facility. Time to see if our fake colony is convincing enough. Cadence nervously clasps her hands together. Will they buy it? They better. Seraphim looks concerned, because if they think this place looks abandoned, the Hunter might just strafe the whole facility. Seraphim swallows hard. We need them to dock, to come inside. You look out at the ship, and as you do, it jumps forward towards the docking tower. You watch for a few tense moments as it hesitates, and then slides into position onto one of the docking bridges. Cadence sighs in relief. They went for it. Seraphim pats you on the shoulder. Good job. The rat is in the maze. We can track them now. He exhales. At least that's the theory. He's in, but... Seraphim glances over his shoulder at Xander. Where'd you get to on the assembly line? Yeah, we ran out of time on the assembly line. So we have no eyes in the assembly line, no routes sealed up. This isn't good, Sleeper. Yes, dude. Literally, look, listen. My brother in Christ, if you can stop fucking Cadence, maybe we would have had more fucking time. Alright? I need you to, like, pick up some fucking slack here, man. We don't know where the Hunter is or where Flint is. Seraphim looks panicked. We've got nothing. You look out at the maze-like manufactory with its twisted and collapsed interior. This is a game of cat and mouse now. You glance around the cockpit and see the fear on Caden's face, on Xander's. You feel the situation slipping out of your grasp, suddenly aware that Flint is down there with the Hunter in the dark. A shiver runs through you. Sleeper. Seraphim grabs you by the shoulders and looks in your eyes. We need to go in. Go. Cadence looks between you, Seraphim, and Xander with a steely expression. I'll stay here. Give me the signal, and I'll send the detonation signal, if it works. It works! I promise you, Cadence, it fucking works. Why are we going in there? Why do we have to be the ones? I don't trust Cadence with the ship. I'm sorry. I don't trust her. I hate all of this right now. I hate every part of this. Yeah, we're writing divorce papers. You rush down to the airlock and suit up with the others, and then you're out, descending through the rock-strewn void in tense silence. You enter the manufactory through a gap in the frame, passing through layers of twisted facility into the deep parts, where you know Flint waits in the dark. You say nothing to each other, afraid the comms will be intercepted. You lead Xander and Seraphim on, seeking the deep bays under the silos, where you began setting up the ordnance. Though unfinished, perhaps there is enough down there for this to work. If not, Seraphim's hand falls on your shoulder, pulling you back. You go to speak and then you see a torch beam lancing through the dark. Oh. I thought like a Hunter was like not this. But he's kind of cute. They're kind of cute. I kind of fuck with it. If more than 2 people could go out, more could get done. Yeah. Yeah. Also, why are we as the sleeper going? Because, like, they're a Hunter, clearly, you know, looking for sleepers. Wouldn't this be isn't this a bad idea? A shadow drifting beneath a flickering light, dark-clad in military gear, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, deathly pale skin, and in their eyes, gleaming through the faceplate, glowing irises. The Hunter, with eyes like you, like Flint. The Hunter is a sleeper. Before you, they push through the dark and broken layers of the facility, seeking Flint. Seraphin, Xander, and you exchange wide-eyed glances in silence. The hunter passes below, disappearing into the dark passage. You wait together, the moment stretching out, then descend down into the same passage. The silence is absolute. I don't think our husband's trying to get rid of us. There's a flash of light ahead, bright and forceful, with a rumble that shakes rust flakes from the walls. Xander pushes off hard, launching past you into the dark. Seraphin goes too, and you instinctively glide forward as another rumble shakes the foundation of the facility. You come into a low bay scattered with glowing embers. Scorched holes in the walls spew drops of red-hot metal where a weapon has been discharged. The hunter floats at the center, taking aim again, and you see a flicker of movement on the far side. Flint retreating. Before you can act, a slight figure in a suit slams into the back of a hunter. Xander. Oh god. This is going so poorly right now. As he hits the hunter's gun, spins out of their hand. We're gonna rush the hunter and pray Seraphin grabs the gun. You slam into the hunter, lashing out with your fists. The hunter strikes back and you almost lose your grip on them, but you feel Xander at your side striking out too. The three of you spin through the spark-filled bay towards a gaping dark shaft at its far side. The hunter, dazed from the blows, kicks out against the two of you, sending themselves spinning away, their torch slipping from their grip and arcing across the bay. As it does, they fall back, unable to find anything to slow their glide, spinning into the dark. The hunter disappears down the shaft as you and Xander drift back into the bay. I've got Flint. Seraphin calls over local comms. We ascend, now. You look across at the two of them, kicking off from the floor of the bay towards a ragged hole in the ceiling. You and Xander exchange a single glance, then follow. Cadence? Seraphin's on the wideband. Detonate this place now. Send the command. There is silence. You ascend through it, through the layers of the manufactory, seeking the open void of space beyond. You clear the manufactory, gliding into open space. A silent shockwave, like a gust of wind, runs through the void. The silent rumble spits out a scatter of debris. You turn back, still gliding towards the ship, and see the shattered manufactory. Whole sections are bending outward, the framework shredded, the plating tumbling away in shards. You look across at Seraphin and Flint, their eyes set on the ship, trying only to stay ahead of the debris. You do the same, fixing your attention on the rig and nothing else. The hunter is dead. That went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Well, there's nothing left for us to do here. That was not what I was expecting. But okay. You limp back to Oliveira, the mood in the rig one of deep exhaustion. But as the colony appears, visible from the cockpit, the satisfaction of having run a terrifying gauntlet and come back in one piece shifts the mood. The crew's improved mood only becomes more obvious as you draw closer to Oliveira. As you come into the dock with the colony, you feel a wave of relief. I'm still sus about Seraphin and what is he going to do. I'm not necessarily sus, like, I'm curious to know, like, what his emotion is right now with Cadence, and what is he gonna pull. Seraphin pats you on the shoulder as you both wait for the airlock to open. That hunter, he sighs. SNRP is crueler than I could have imagined. Doesn't surprise me. It's a nasty logic, send a sleeper to catch a sleeper. Seraphin shakes his head. I'm glad we bought Flint some freedom. The airlock hisses open, revealing the docking bridge where Xander first confronted you. This time, another more substantial figure waits in the passage pod. Carmen. Yeah, it's Carmen! Oh, he's doing so much better. Bless. I hear you're the ones I should be thanking for saving my life. Carmen leans against the side of the tunnel, one arm clamped against his waist. So thank you. He nods at the two of you. Happy to help. Carmen smiles. I have a feeling there might be more to your arrival than just a friendly traveler offering a helping hand. Carmen! Cadence rushes past the two of you, gliding into Carmen with an embrace strong enough to leave the injured man off balance. Alright, careful, you don't want me to put me back in the med bay now, do you? Carmen pushes Cadence back with a gentle grip on her shoulders. He flinches as he does, his joke clearly holding some truth. Sorry, Cadence smiles. Just glad to see you up. Frown crosses Carmen's face. Where's Xander? You losing vision, old man? You look back to see Xander and Flint behind you in the tunnel. Xander smiles wildly at Carmen, betraying his happiness to see him. I'll be just fine, Xan. Carmen's words are confident, but his tone suggests he isn't convinced. You notice his hands are tightly balled into fists as if resisting pain and wondering if he should be really up at all. Carmen turns to look at you and Seraphin. I think we need to talk. How about you two and Flint accompany me to Med Bay? Flint pushes past you both and goes to Carmen, helping him out of the tunnel. As he does, they exchange a few words, but you are too far away to make them out. You and Seraphin exchange glances and follow behind them into Oliveira. He leads you to a small recovery chamber in the Med Bay. Ooh, thanks. Minor, drive, and upgrade point. Nice. Where his bed is set up. A handful of tubes and wires float gently beside it, attached to boxy of devices. Flint has already left the group, leaving just you and Seraphin with Oliveira's injured founder. Carmen meets your eye with a hard look. So, how did you two end up stumbling onto our colony in the shoals? He raised an eyebrow because we're not usually open to visitors. Ankita sent us to you. See a flicker of recognition in Carmen's eyes when you mention Ankita. You produce the thumbnail drive, holding it out for Carmen to inspect. She told Sleeper to deliver this to you, and you alone. Seraphin folds his arms. Carmen pauses thoughtfully. That's a name I have not heard in a while. Takes the drive. It seems I should thank you again, he sighs, and perhaps I owe you some explanation myself. Ankita and I used to work together a lifetime ago. Carmen shakes his head. We went our separate ways, but then she turned up back in Oliveira. I know I keep pronouncing it wrong. I established this colony as a refuge, a way of starting again. Carmen clasped his hands together. About is changing, and I am afraid of what is coming. Ankita took refuge here for a short while, and then one cycle she was gone. Carmen shrugs. That's not unusual for her. Each of us has our own demons. He holds up the drive. I'll take a look at what's on here when I am able. He looks at the drive with concern, and I will let you know what I find. You and Seraphin thank him and leave the chamber as he settles back on his recovery bed. As you leave, Flint catches your attention. Can we speak? Seraphin pauses. I'll catch you back at the rig. He looks between the two of you and then glides away. Flint hovers, a look of concern on his mask-like face. What do you need? He gives you a curious look. You don't remember any of it, do you? Any of what? Of how you got here. Of your history. Flint screws up their face in a pained expression. At first I thought you were hiding something, or you were intentionally avoiding the subject, so I waited, but I understand it now. You don't remember me at all. Wait. What? Hold on, wait, what? Wait. We know Flint? You take a moment to think, to try and recall Flint. You furrow your brow in frustration, shifting through hazy memories of Darkside and further back of your arrival to the Belt. You close your eyes and see the faces of other sleepers, panicked, desperate, in darkness. I don't remember. We worked together in the same SNR mining installation, along with the other sleepers. He searches your eyes for a spark of recognition. We weren't close. I'm not sure we really spoke. Very few of us did. But I was there when we planned the escape together, the run to the freighter, collapsing the mine shaft. Flint stops, struggling to continue in the face of the blank you are giving them. You feel an unpleasant itch, as if something is crawling around inside your skull. You can see that Flint wants you to recall them, to recall the escape, the installation, but you find only hazy sensations and beneath them, pain. Sorry, I don't mean to. Flint looks down. I know you can't help it. I just need to say something to know if you don't really remember. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for Oliveira. Flint turns and drifts away dejectedly, unable to continue. Oh. As you watch Flint go, you scratch at the side of your head, trying to find something in the way they move, the way they speak, their mask-like face. A face that was identical to yours when it was first cast, but that, over cycle after cycle of wear and damage, has been transformed. Two machines so close in form and function, estranged by experience. Aww. It's not our fault, though. It's not our fault we can't remember. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we have to stick around and wait. Oh, it's actually kind of fun. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 as our dice. That's fun. Okay, source supplies, please. I don't know what's here. I'm just gonna do something. Oh shit, we got scrap out of that. Okay. Yeah, let's talk to our husband. Without Cadence interfering. Alright, end cycle. We have to stick around one more cycle. Thanks for coming up, Sleeper. Carmen is waiting for you and Seraphim when you arrive at the med bay, looking a lot fresher. He leads you into a small alcove set up like an office with an aging terminal on the simple welded desk and a small window overlooking out across the dusty rock of Oliveira. Got some news for us? Seraphim asks impatiently. Since you arrived back from the manufactory, he's been restless, though you aren't sure why. Not to worry, Carmen grins shyly. I think you'll want to hear this. He hits a key on the terminal and a file browser appears on the screen showing hundreds of individual pieces of data. Akita has been busy. Carmen gestures to the screen. She's been scraping Utsubo communications cycle after cycle. Got access to ciphers and encryption that only the gang's leadership should be able to see. He smiles. Seems she's learned some tricks since we worked together. Well, that's not what matters. What matters is the content of these messages. It's a little cramped in the bunk with her around. He taps a few keys and loads some of the data, which scrolls down the screen. Some parts of Utsubo leadership have been getting ideas about taking Greenbelt and controlling food production in the belt, about exerting power over Wellspring, big ideas for a gang. But these Utsubo members aren't alone. They found themselves a powerful ally. Carmen shakes his head. Senenstat. Senenstat, one of the two corporations fighting a bitter battle for control of the inner system. A pernicious force, one that Utsubo are opening a door for in the belt. You can't be serious, Seraphim cuts in. They can't be that stupid. I don't know what to tell you. At least someone inside Utsubo is trying to broker a partnership. Who? Seraphim leans over to look at the screen. You don't see Carmen's answer, and you don't need Carmen's answer, and neither does Seraphim. Lane. Seraphim looks at you, shaking his head. It has to be Lane. Carmen looks between both of you. Seems like you already know something I don't. Lane is a piece of shit Utsubo leader who thinks he owns us. Seraphim shakes his head. Exactly the kind of piece of shit arrogant enough to try to manipulate Senenstat. Carmen nods thoughtfully. My condolences. I'm starting to see how you cross paths with Ankita. Why is Ankita telling you this? Like I said, Ankita and I worked together. To put it simply, we ran in the same mercenary outfit. Carmen looks away. A lot has happened since then, but this message, this data, is her calling in a favor. Oh, I love that. And I owe her, that's for sure. Carmen shakes his head and pushes himself off from the desk, crossing the room to look out the window at Oliveira's pale and airless surface. Hell, after what went down, I owe you both, too. That's not how you talk about your husband. You look at Carmen staring at the surface of the hostile rock and wonder what he sees out there. He established the colony as a fallback, of retreat, not just for him, for others too. But you get the feeling that Carmen knows any retreat is only ever temporary. He turns back to look at you, and you, Sleeper, what will you do? I don't know. I like your honesty, Carmen smiles. We're going to end Lane, whatever it takes. Seraphim stares down Carmen, fists balled. I have a feeling Seraphim's not going to survive this. Carmen looks at you. That one is going to get you in trouble. He turns to Seraphim, but I like that energy. He looks back out the window. This is not something we are going to take head on. He shakes his head. Ankita sent us our weapon. Excuse me. Carmen turns and gestures at the console screen with its realm of incriminating data. Utsubo don't control all of Darkseid. They only aspire to. Excuse me. They also claim to offer protection from the war between Senenstat and Conway. That presents us with an opportunity. Utsubo's full of members who'd rather die than concede Darkseid to a corporate interest. We play this right, Utsubo will end Lane for us. For us. He smiles at Seraphim, to use your phrase. How do we do it? We can handle it. We've cracked Darkseid once. We can do it again. Seraphim's confidence is infectious. Yeah, sir, I don't... Listen. We did not tell him about Lane taking over our brain. So yeah, we'll have to have that conversation soon, probably. Is that right? Carmen seems to be thinking something through. He crosses to the console, back to the window, and then to the console once more. Alright, I'm gonna need some time, but I can put this together. Carmen nods at Seraphine. We'll need that energy, but also need to be ready. We rush this, it's not ending well, so I can wait. He turns the attention to you. We'll go from Greenbelt when you're ready. I have friends there who can help get that ship of yours into Darkside. Seraphine looks at you. We have our own preparations to make, but we'll be ready. Alright. Carmen unplugs Ankita's drive and hands it to you. Take this and get out of here. I don't want anyone finding this thing in my possession. You take it. The tiny drive somehow heavier than now that you know it contains the key to disposing lane. See you in Greenbelt. See you in the wheat sheaf. They know me there. Just understand something. Carmen's expression turns serious. You want my help on this? There's no way we can let it get back to the colony. Once you leave here, you're not coming back to Oliveira. Not until we are done. He meets your eye. He needs confirmation that you recognize the importance of this. I understand. He nods. Then you can go. He returns to the window to stare at whatever is he sees out there among the dusty rocks. Ooh, and Flint's gonna be like, hey, can you come like hang out? Taking power. If you can reveal this to the gang, complete diagnose your frame.
Wake up, Lieutenant. It's me. Come.
Hey! Hello, Raiders! Oh my goodness! Hello, hello, hello. Let me pause my game before I accidentally click. Oh my goodness, Raiders. Hello, welcome. Hello, Rhino Cuddy? Is that how you pronounce it? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Amethyst. And Chaos Queen, hello, 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 welcome. Y'all were playing Dead Space. That's very fun. Let me do the things here. I forgot I have raid videos. I forgot I made new raid videos. But hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. We are so happy to have you here. Please tell us how your stream went. Tell us all of the things. I have a minute-ish raid video for you, so stick around and we can most definitely chat about all of the things, but we're happy to have you here, and hopefully the raid button works. Alright, here we go. Sup, fuckers? Y'all ready for a show?
Genshin Impact came to Britain as a...
Aaron, Greg, how did you get here? I don't know, Jesse. I don't know how I got here. Just kind of apparated out of thin air. Woo! Woo! Packing peanuts, my favorite! How did you know I like packing peanuts so much, Mags? How did you know? Yeah, I got Jeff Trickster! Who are you and why are you hot? Act 2? But let me... Oh, hello. Oh my god, he naked.
Good luck, Commander.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves, dude. Yeah, why did you take the hand?
We should wait up.
Greggy. Have a bite. Ooh, got on my keyboard. I also realize y'all still don't have audio. We are professional streamers in this household. Wood. Hi, I'm confused. Hi, confused. I'm Dad. But good night. I will be here all week. Appreciate you. Goodbye. Hello and welcome. Rhino, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Let me get you a complimentary squeak of Squeakums the Rat. Boop. A variant suggested rating you, and here we are. Oh, thank you. The game is going well. We are getting towards what we believe to be end game of Citizen Sleeper. It's very hard to know with Citizen Sleeper games to kind of know like when you're approaching an end game. So we think we are, but if you haven't met me before, hello, my name's Aaron Gray. I use they, she pronouns. I'm a queer variety streamer here on Twitch, and I also do have other social platforms as well. Where is my social button? There it is. I had to rebuild my entire stream deck. So, not my dog thinking he had a toy and getting excited over the screen. I'm so sorry, Chaos Queen. Please give your dog pets from me, please. From me as a ratto. A variant CE, the collector's edition of me. Yes, indeed. A variant's good to see you. Thank you for having Rhino raid on over to us. I very much appreciate it. And thank you, Rhino, for trusting your community with ours. They are in good hands, I promise.
Welcome to 189.16.
Also, Amethyst Nova, thank you so much also for the follow. You also get actually, we have another thing we can squeak. We have Dinkle, who has a bell, but also squeaks. So here... Oh, I love that emote. That emote's really, really cute. But what were y'all up to in Dead Space? Citizen Sleeper 2 has been our Saturday game most recently. And we're also finishing up Life is Strange Double Exposure. Mondays are kind of like our shorter indie game type thing. So games that may take like 1 to 3 streams at most. And also maybe Dead by Daylight as well. And... what I do in the daytime is I'm a college academic advisor, so I work in education, and I have too many plushies. That is also a thing. And I have too many creative hobbies as well. But I appreciate you all being here. See, Rhino, trust. Yes, trust me. What could possibly go wrong? Queen's dog is twice the size of her. Oh, no. Oh, no. Never too many. That is very true. That is very true. Let me... Ta-da! We have the plush bookcase that you can kind of see. Hello, hello. We have so many plushies, which I do have to get rid of some. Simply because I'm looking to be moving in June. So I'm looking, not necessarily to downsize, but like get rid of ones that I don't care as much about. Or that weren't sent to me, like, as gifts. One of my mods sent me this as a late birthday present. Not technically late, but yes, we love sushi as well. Squeeze. Dead Space is great. There's lots of jump scares in the game and out of it. Probably not the best idea to play it in the dark, but we like the spooks. No, that's fair. That's fair. The most recent horror game I've played is probably Alan Wake 2. Precisely 2. Also, forgive my camera for glitching at the bottom. It's being weird, TM, as per usual. Just because he pushed me out of bed one time. But yes, I appreciate you bringing your community here. If you do need to raid and run, raid and rest, raid and relax, do whatever you need to do. And if you all do need a game recap, we can most definitely provide you a game recap because there's a lot happening. But we appreciate you being here. Thank you for bringing your community over. And if you do need to raid and run and do all of the things, please do the self-care things because that is very important. We very much appreciate having you here and have your community over here as well. But yes, I appreciate it very, very much. And this is where I run out of words to say. And I keep repeating the same things over and over again because ADHD. Alan 2 is full of some great jump scares that Max, Julie, and I were patiently waiting for. Yes. One of them was in the raid video because that was very good. That was a very good one. He really did launch me off the bed, though. I went flying all because Hades decided he wanted to play and pounce on me. Wait, is your dog's name Hades? Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Plushie showcase time. Give me a second. Serby, come here. Come hither. Off from your perch, sir. This is Cerberus. I love hymns. He is the goodest boy. He is the goodest protector of the land that be my rat cave, aka the streaming space. And we love him. I used to have, or I technically do, it's just not set up right now. I do have a secondary cam that would be like his plush cam. You have a Cerberus tattoo? Oh, I love that. I love that. I loved playing Hades. Hades is probably one of my favorite games. I'm very excited for Hades 2. I have not played any of it. I'm waiting for full release before I dive into playing Hades 2. Gonna be great. I have so many fucking plushies. I have so many. There's a reason why I have a plushie redeem. And my camera keeps flickering, and I do not like that. My brain also says, let's go this way, that way. Ooh, wait, what's that? Shit, what was I doing again? I feel that, Amethyst. I feel that very hard. That's why I am medicated. Yes, I adore... Hades was such a great game. I played it on stream, which you can also check out on the VODs channel. I do have most, if not all, of the VODs of all of my prior playthroughs up on there. So you can always go and check it out to see if there's a game that I have played that you really enjoy and go watch it. I am in the process of uploading shorts every day at 8 a.m. Eastern time. I have a stuffy army too. They're awesome. What's everyone's favorite plushie that you have? What is your favorite? If you had to pick one. And if you have multiple favorites, just tell me about one of them. My favorite plushie... God, I'm gonna end up with like 16 plushies surrounding me by the end of tonight. Oh God. Well, I have Trickster behind me. My friend crocheted that for me because I found the pattern on Etsy and was like, hey, you do the crochet things because I am terrible at the crochet things. Would you crochet him for me if I bought the pattern, bought the yarn, and paid whatever you wanted for price of actually like making it? And she was like, hell yeah, I'll make him. So we have a Trickster from Dead by Daylight, to be specific. Looks like something shiny. Yay! Me too. Luke Goblin and game completionist. I'm currently going back through and trying to complete some of my games I've played before. So I recently just finished, or 100%ed Emily is Away. I need to go back. I need to like make like a wheel or something, or like a game picker to help me pick like, okay, like which game do I want to complete next? Miri, Dratini, neck pillow, and my 5 IKEA sharks. Oh yeah, Miri is your cinnamon snail one that I sent you. Either my Umbreon, my Killstar Hellhound, or my weighted shark. So learning how to crochet plushies, I've only ever done blankets. I have also only ever done blankets. I do not have a blanket in this windowsill. I have a blanket in my other windowsill. I have 2 of them that I crocheted. One of them was for an ex-boyfriend who broke up with me before I could finish the blanket, so I kept it as mine. Haha, teehee. So that blanket I have in my trunk at the foot of my bed. It's a very large blankie. Very large. Very large. Learning crochet, I think I made 4 or 5 things. Crochet is very fun. I'm just not good to like doing the things with the loops and stuff. Like that's where it loses me a little bit, but my coworkers are really, really good at it. They're very, very good. Lucas the spider plush. Oh, I think my coworker has like a little Lucas figurine, I think, for her work desk. Love him. My sister-in-law hates him, so she doesn't do spiders at all. That is very fair. That is incredibly fair. Ariel bear, my teal beanie baby bear, and my princess, my pug plush. Oh, I love that. Lucas is indeed adorable. Yeah, so Trickster's probably my favorite, and then if I had to pick a second one, it might be... It's either the cat caterpillar I have down on the bottom shelf, which you can kind of see a little bit, or Pickles the alligator in the other room. He's in my bedroom on my floor because I don't know where to put him. I don't know where to put him. And make my OC good at crocheting as I have no fingy patience. That is fair. That is very fair. I can't read the pattern, so I have to find video tutorials on YouTube and wing it. Fair. I've actually had friends who... So, okay. Story time. I was a musician in my past life. I still technically am a musician, but I'm not a music major anymore. But I had a couple of friends who couldn't read sheet music, but if you told them to play something, they can play it, like, with ease. It was very interesting. Because, like, I can kind of do that, but most of the time, like, I usually need sheet music to reference. Especially, like, if it's, like, piano. Like, I cannot wing it on piano at all. We love pickles in this household. We do love pickles. And as Susie has requested a bonk or a boop, we pull out the other pickle that's not an alligator. This is the pickle of bonkening or booping. And Susie, I think you deserve a boop. Boop. You deserve a boop and not a bonk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, now I have 4 plushies on my desk. There are many plushies in this household right now. Thinking I was gonna get a bonk. I haven't had a reason to bonk you yet. Not today, not in this moment. Now, if you had bonked earlier, when, God, my camera is like freaking out down here. Now, if you had asked for a bonk or poop earlier when we were discussing the doctors, then maybe I would have given you a bonk. But never enough plushies. You are very, very correct. We just had a birthday stream because I turned 27 earlier this week, and Susie gifted me, there was a crocheted Wraith plush. Wraith from Dead by Daylight. And Wraith is not my favorite killer. Trickster's my favorite killer, but he's the one I romanced in Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight sim. The Dead by Daylight dating sim. DBDDS, I guess, is the acronym for that. And the plush is like really, really cute. I've been eyeing it for months, and she bought it for me. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to get him. Oh, I hope it's soon. I really hope it's soon. Sheet music confused me. I just went by letter note when I was learning my instruments. No, same. I had like the little stripe on my keyboard of like the letters and where they were on the keyboard because I could not remember. As a parent, I will say the plushie with that plays child's heartbeat when you hug it. As a Pokemon fan's giant Snorlax. Yes! The giant Snorlax beanbags look amazing. Wraith, aka Bing Bong. Oh wait, I love that. I love that so much. Bing Bong. I'm gonna do that now. Anytime I see him or play as him, Bing Bong. There's also a certain add-on for him that makes his bell sound very specific and like pretty, almost like wind chimes. And I'm like, I love that. Love that one. Pinhead is now Pin. Pyramid Head is Pee Head. Trickster is husband. Ghoul is Kaneki. I just call him Kaneki. Who is also a certified cutie pie. I called him that since I started playing. That is fair. How long have you been playing Dead by Daylight Chaos Queen? I've been playing for about a year. I've been playing a year, and I have over 700 hours. Thank you very much. I track every time I see a killer. I could tell you out of the 68 games I played in 8.60.0 before Blood Moon came out. Out of 68 games, I saw Kaneki, I think like 38 of those times. Which is fair. He's a new killer. But sooner or later, we will have all of the nicknames for all of the killers. Probably. Since September-ish last year, not too long to be fair. That's fair. What made you play it, if you don't mind me asking? And what do you play as? Survivor or killer? And do you have a main for either one? And you can list multiple of one. So, like, I main as Survivor, I main Trevor and Leon specifically. And then for killer, I primarily play Trickster, but I also do like playing as Ghostface and Pyramid Head. But I primarily play Trickster. Hi, Leah. Welcome back. Good to have you. Okay. We are going to finish out this conversation, and then we'll take a 5-minute breaky. Just so we can keep moving on forward. But I appreciate, again, if any of you need to raid and run, I totally understand. Please do the self-care things. I will check DMs after stream, Leah. I can't check them right now. Patiently waiting for the next page in the Blood Moon tome to play more. I just log in every day to grab bonuses. That's fair. Friends don't bully me into downloading it. I'm a Survivor main, specifically Sable. Ooh, we do love a Sable in this household. Sable's very pretty. I recently unlocked her. So hopefully for either Blood Moon and or Anniversary, I'll be able to like get all of like the killers and survivors that I have to like a decent level. But I'm hoping to get my first P100. I have not P100 anyone yet, which will it's currently a race between Trickster, Leon, and Trevor. Sharing some pizza. Ooh, heck yeah, Amethyst. Shout out in chat. What are you putting on your pizza? What toppings are you putting on that pizza? It tunneled so much. Oh no. Oh no. Not the tunneling. We don't support that. Survivor main Alan Wakeman. We love Alan. I had fun creating your art piece. Oh yeah, I'm excited to check it out. If I have time during the break, I'll look at it during the break. For my pizza, I would probably be putting on definitely sausage, ham, bacon. Or maybe sausage, bacon, some other type of meat. Maybe like beef or something. Then I do like onions, mushrooms, olives, occasionally some some green peppers. I also love garlic cloves. Like there's a pizza place on the campus I work at, and they make like their pizza with like their garlic cloves on it are just so good. Like no one else has been able to like replicate it yet. And I'm just like, oh, it's so good. So good. I call it the Grayster. I'm excited. I'm excited to look at it. Minced garlic, tad extra cheese, too lazy to break up some meat. Fair. Let me have the name Killer Canary in Rhino's server because killers either love or hate me. If I tame, we good. If I die, they hide and work chance. Fair, very fair. Yeah, for me, it's very hit or miss, and especially because I have TTV in my DBD name, so I could like sometimes like killers will I think give me hatch or let me escape because I have TTV in my name, which I personally am like, no, like it's like don't favorite me because I'm a streamer. But sometimes I do get targeted because I am a streamer. You run straight at them first thing you do. You gotta try, right? Usually when I play killer, unless if the survivors are being like super weird, like if they're just teabagging every second they get around me, then I'll usually try to meme. But like I also want to farm, so like I do need to get some hook states myself so like I can get up on my own blood points, but then after that I usually meme. Garlic, olives, chicken, pineapple, and ham with a stuffed crust that is melted when it arrives. Ooh, stuffed crust is good. I sacrifice myself. It's what Alan's must do. Yes, he must sacrifice himself for the story. Gotta check if they'll at least
Had enough in there.
if they'll let me pet, okay? How we doing, fellas? We are doing good, Spider. We are gonna have a conversation with Flint over here, and then we're gonna take a little 5-minute breaky because I need to eat some of my cake. And we all deserve a 5-minute break regardless. Okay. When you come back to the rig, Flint is waiting for you, leaning by the docking tunnel with a bag over their shoulder. They look up as you approach, and then I do promise, when we come back from the break, I will give a game recap to make things easier. The cake is a lie. The cake is actually not a lie, because it's right here. Ta-da! The cake exists, and it is here. Here, go ahead and have a slice. It's the last slice. It is, like, I think double chocolate. When I'm taming, I try and take them on pallet runs so they can get chase and break points, and I talk squad into letting killer get us to second hook before we open gate. Fair. So GLaDOS would want us to believe. But is GLaDOS in the room with us, though? I don't think so. Hey, Flint nods a greeting, appearing a little unsure. Hey. I know you've already done a lot for me, so I'm not going to push you or ask you for your pity. They pause. You feel like they have been preparing the speech. Wait! Is Flint going to be a crew member? Hold on, wait. Hold on. Is Flint going to be a crew member? Oh my god, I need this. I need this. Firstly, I owe you, and I want to pay you back. I can work and I can fight, and I will protect this ship and this crew with everything I have. Oh my god! Oh my god, they want to be on our crew! I'm so here for this. Secondly, we come from the same place, and whether you remember it or not, that means something. It must. I know I'm not the easiest to get on with. I know you might have your reservations about having another sleeper on the ship, but we're gonna let them finish. GLaDOS is in every room with you. Same with the turret opera. My beloved. My actual beloved. Everyone gets something. Very true, yes. I'm eager, I'm ready, I want to move on, and I want to show my value. They pause. And well, yeah, I think that's it. You look at Flint, their frames so much more damaged than yours, but with a fire burning in their eyes that makes them seem bigger than they are. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online. As the Cyclops says in Subnautica, because that definitely lives rent-free in my brain. A smile spreads across Flint's face, and they look down to hide it. Thank you, they say to the floor. This will work out, you'll see. Flint nods to you once more, then turns and glides down the docking tunnel towards the ship. As they do, two figures at the edge of the docking concourse catch your eye. Oh, hi, Cadence. Husband stealer. When we play Portal 2, you have to be cruel if you say no to them. There might be an achievement for those. I'm not sure, though. You pause a look, shifting a little, and as you do, you recognize Cadence leading in. Some words are exchanged, ones you can only guess at, and then the other figure embraces Cadence and turns back to the ship. As Seraphine approaches... Wait, did they hug? I don't know how to feel. Okay, chat, I need y'all to understand this is husband. He is the love of my life. And the love of our character's life. And when I say husband, I mean we are saying that he is husband. He's not actually husband in the game, but in our minds, he is husband because look how cute he is. He is actually adorable. And we love him. And this Cadence girl, I think, is stealing our husband. The divorce papers are signed, bestie, but, like, I don't know if I can go on without him. I love him. I promise I will give a game recap when we're back from the break, I promise. He approaches, he ducks his head, passing quietly past you into the docking tunnel without a word. Oh boy. You take one last look at the docks, but Cadence is gone. You idle a moment longer and feel like there's some presence even in these empty bays, something rare in all the belt that Oliveira has captured. But as with all things, you must learn to leave it behind. Ooh, fugitive. Alright, so we recruited him to our crew. Look at all of us. Wow. No, sir, you come back here. Alright. It is break time. As we like to do usually at the top of the hour is take a 5-minute break to allow everyone to stand up, stretch, move around, do the things you need to do while we run some ads during that 5-minute break so we don't get hit with pre-rolls if pre-rolls actually happen, because I don't actually know if they do happen. But we'll be back in 5 minutes, so don't forget to do self-care things. We'll be back to play at least another hour, if not more than that. But we'll be back in 5 minutes, so see you all real soon. Hello. I swear I clicked it. Okay. Once again, it's killing it out here. Yes, Julie's landing in the pile of sakura leaves. Julie is indeed queen. Her eyeliner slays. It's very, very good. Also, we have two eyes staring at us. Because Rye stares. He is staring. He stares very menacingly at us. But hello, welcome back. Like I promised, we're going to do a quick game recap. And I'll probably do it as we're sitting here. But first, before we do that, I do want to remind of the upcoming stream schedule. So on Monday is going to be a double feature of games. Both of these games were gifted to me for my birthday. Thank you. And we will be playing Townkeeper and That's Not My Neighbor. So we'll probably play about an hour or so of each game. Then Tuesday of next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be finishing out Life is Strange Double Exposure. And then next Saturday, we will continue with Citizen Sleeper 2 until we finish it. That's not what I meant to hit. I meant to hit this button. Hello. And after we finish Citizen Sleeper 2, we will move on to Mass Effect 2. Because I've played the first game. I did promise I would play the second one. And then after we finish Life is Strange Double Exposure, we will then move on to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, 2 awesome games coming up. And if you do want to recommend me any games, you can do so on my rank 1. You will probably have to make an account, but I highly recommend it. You can track all your games on there. It's pretty great. But you can also suggest games. You can also see what I've already played as well. Yes, Leah, I love the art piece. I have to eventually figure out how I want to display those. Like, whether it be, like, somewhere online, like, on my Fourth Wall website. Not necessarily to sell. Not to sell. But, like, display them somewhere. I was like, oh my god, fan art. That type of thing. Recommended Little Kitty, Big City. Oh, okay. That one's on my wish list. That one's on my Steam wish list. So. But recommendations do help me know what games y'all are wanting me to play, and especially bonus points if it's a game I already own. That is also something else as well. If I already own the game, very much a higher chance of me playing it because I already own it. But yeah, game recap. So this is a game called Citizen Sleeper 2. I love the first game. The first game's pretty great, but this one probably is better than the first game in my opinion as of right now. There's a lot more to do. We play as what is called a sleeper. A sleeper is essentially a person's mind uploaded into a synthetic body. And usually they we don't, and in both games, like we don't retain the memories that we had prior to as being a human. We just know we were a human at one point beforehand. And the case of our sleepers, we are escaping from a man called Lane. Lane is also known as our first husband. We escaped with a man called Seraphin. Seraphin is what we also know as our second husband, but we also primarily just call him husband. Throughout the entire game so far, we have been trying to either escape from Seraphin or fight back, and we're now in the camp of, like, we're trying to fight back from Seraphin. We're trying to, or from Lane. We're trying to just escape him in a way or fight back. Background for Fourth Wall? Maybe. That's a good option. I haven't done anything to my Fourth Wall in a hot minute. That is very much needed for an overhaul at some point. Or like some spring cleaning, if you will. In due time. I'll do I want to do a cleanup of my Discord first before doing anything on Fourth Wall, excuse me. And wanting to buy another shirt? Ooh. Yeah, I need to make some new merch. I also don't know how much it's gonna be with the tariffs now. I don't know. My Mentally I Am Here shirt. I love it. I need a new Eggy. Not like a new Eggy sweatshirt because my Eggy sweatshirt's fine. But I do want Eggy on something else. But. So in relation to the game, we've been exploring the Starward belt, which is where we're located. And we've amassed quite a crew currently, and we do contracts, we do gigs, all in an effort to try and figure out how we can either escape Lane or fight back from him. We're kind of going the fighting back route as of right now, and usually these games have multiple endings, so I'm curious to see what ending we are going to end up with. And all the while, we've also discovered that something is wrong with our physical frame of our body. And we suspect that Lane, our first husband and our captor originally, did something to us and is slowly going to have the ability to, like, take over our body, which I'm like, not sure about that, buddy. But that's kind of where we're at. And feel free to ask questions at any point if you're ever confused on what is happening. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, I think I'm going to use my 5 dice here, and then we leave. That's what I'm thinking we do. Well, we got some energy, we got some food, and then we will be out of here. Okay. Wait for Carmen's message. Okay. So now we just kind of have to fuck around. So we can't get back to Darkside. Repair the rig. Okay, yeah. So we're kind of waiting on all of these right now. So let's... Oh, that's not what I wanted. So we... Yeah, because we can't go from there. So we have to go back to the Hollow. Cool. I will take some fuel. Remember Until Dawn. I never played Until Dawn, but I am familiar with it. I have seen playthrough of it. I know they're making a movie, which I'm like very surprised about, honestly. Actually, scatter yarns, and then we'll jet somewhere from there. We probably did not get enough sketches. No, we have not. Pay art supply. Give us more fuel, plus. Make a component for us, plus. Cool, cool. Yeah, we're gonna need more rare components. Adaptation in name only. That's what I've heard. That's very much what I heard. Yeah, let's go to Flotsam. We haven't been to Flotsam in a hot minute. I'm curious to see what's happening in Flotsam. Ooh! Emma's here to give her 50-page tech talk PowerPoint about it. Oh god, I would love that. You find yourself in the cockpit alone with Flint. They have a habit of entering a room so silently they don't even notice them arrive, or the reverse, leaving so silently that you got turned around to find them gone. Right now they hover expectantly at the corner of your vision, preparing to speak. Do you ever think about your original? The way they ask the question, you could tell they have been eager to ask it for a while. The person you're emulated from, I mean. The person who sold themselves sold you to Essenarp. Flint's expression doesn't betray any emotion, but you feel like you can detect some unknowable feeling whirling behind their eyes. Sometimes. Sometimes I can't stop thinking about them, about who they were, and if who I am has anything to do with them. Flint looks away. Flint has a lot of trauma. TM. Is my personality a product of being a sleeper or simply a copy of theirs? Have I changed or am I still identical to them? Does the emulation process, the loss of memory, the insertion into a frame actually make us totally different people? What came through the process of emulation and what was blocked? Flint is looking around the cockpit rapidly now, their eyes flicking from object to object as they speak. Are their memories still inside me but cut off, concealed? And if I admit it, I wonder if I even know what it feels like to be a person. Do the humans around me feel the things I feel? Or do they feel more, feel less, feel somehow differently? Do they feel the creeping claustrophobia of being trapped inside a body with no escape? Flint's eyes flick back to you, or do we only know how that truly feels? I believe they do, especially like being trapped inside a body. I feel like can be very reminiscent of trans people who are trapped in a body, in a gender, in just a being that doesn't match like how they feel. I don't know if it's enough to just believe. Flint meets your eyes. I want to know. You're the first sleeper I have met since my escape. We can find out together. Sure, let's share our experiences. Yeah, let's be besties. There's a wall in you, one that you have built for yourself, one that separates the kind of questions Flint is asking from the parts of you that you need to live. You feel it now like a weight in your chest, and behind, there's a raging torrent pressing against it. You cannot take down the wall, you would drown, but in this moment, for Flint and for yourself, you take out a single brick. You make a gap in the wall, and you share what comes bursting forth. We're bonding! We're bonding! You talk about what it feels like to wake up in a dying body, to catch a glance of yourself in a mirror, to be seen and reminded of your false and fractured face. You share the pain of lost memories, of fleeting deja vu, of dreams that slip beneath your waking life and replace it. You find in your broken bodies and unsteady minds a kind of solidarity, one shared between connected strangers who might, one cycle, understand each other as friends. As you put the brick back in and shore up your defenses, you know that cycle will not be this one, but its distant possibility is a reassuring one. Very cute. It's you. Familiar voice echoes down the tunnel behind you. It's you! You! You little sneaky little boy. It's probably the guy who, like, did the things. Wait! Huh? Did he not die on Hexport? Hello? I thought him and his sister died. Holy shit. Holy shit, we could recruit Nia maybe. Oh, that'd be so great if we can recruit Nia. Oh, I'll be so happy. You turn in the passage to see Femu towering over you. He shakes his head. This just keeps getting better. I hope Nia is with him. Yeah, what's up? Take a guess. He frowns and glances over his shoulder. Remember Nia, the sister of mine you got all excited about a job you never took her on? Well, she found someone who will take her. We didn't... Sir, we literally never got an option to take her. I wanted to take her. I took her in the demo. I never got an option to take her. Dude, I'm fucking mad. I am spicy. I wanted to take Nia. And we were also being chased by Lane, dude. You see the anger burning in Femi's eyes, but there's a tiredness there too. He folds his arms across his broad chest. The symbol crash has been in repair since we got out of Hexport, caught in that whole mess. Femi sighs. So then, stuck here, she gets bored and decides to sign up with another crew, take a job. I said no, and she went anyway. What happened at Hexport? No idea. There's some kind of alert, but we were already on the way out. Didn't give it much thought. Then the whole place blew up. Been at the scatter yards ever since, till we came here, that is. Symbol crash can't leave right now. I'm halfway through rewiring the damn thing. Something else Nia was supposed to do. I asked around. Turns out Nia signed on with some idiots heading out to Cutter's End. Sounds like Femi wants us to go get her. That's what this sounds like. Femi says the name with an emphasis you can't place. They are as green as you, meaning they have no idea what they're doing going to a place like that. So you, Femi jabs at your chest, are gonna go take me out there to go get her. I'll show you the way. Sure, fine. Taking some responsibility, that's what I like to see. No, this is because I want to go get her. I'm not doing this for you, my guy. I am doing this for me. Look, I know how these things go. I've got shits I can pay. He grimaces. Can't pay for the parts of Symbol Crash needs when no one sells them anyway. 250 cryo. Yeah, that's fine. We're rolling in cryo anyway. No bargaining. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get Symbol Crash ready to make the run herself. But the shape she's in, it's not the best idea to head out there alone. You suddenly see the desperation in his eyes. He would risk everything for Nia. Also knows how to look after herself. She does. But I want Nia. I'll be waiting. We need to head out soon. Don't test my patience. He kicks off and glides back along the passage towards his ship. And don't even think about skipping out of Flotsam without me. Then we're really done. Ooh, so we have... Femi seems to be taking it. Only you can save him from himself. Okay. Doesn't look to be anything new, which is fine. Not like we're taking more cryo. Get some alcohol. What do you want? I am good, thank you. Actually, you know what? We'll buy some engine components. Why not? We have a lot of money right now. Unfurl scroll. Love that. Alright. Ooh, we have 1 stress. When did we get stressed? Holy shit, what? Okay. And we shall upgrade that. So we should get +2. Oh, we need fuel. Fuck. Fill fuel. Bet. Cool. Alright, so family we have to take. Oh, perfect. He replaces Eugen. Great. And we shall take Bliss. Just because I just usually take Bliss at this point. Beer, cider, berry cider, lager, red wine, sparkling wine, a partridge in a pear tree, Bucks Fizz, gin, vodka, fireball, and some apple juice. Oh my god, Susie. That's too much. That's way too much. Limiting 1 drink, alright? 1 drink per person. What the hell is happening out there? Femi is up and out of his seat the moment Seraphim brings the rig to rest near the asteroid known as Cutter's End. The ominous name is one whose origin has become increasingly obvious as you approach through thick clouds of debris and chunks of rock, among which corroded remains of wrecks could be seen floating. Now, as you look out over the splintered and terraced rock, you can't help but feel a slowly growing sense of dread. 1 drink, I need a bucket. No! Boom, 1 drink. No, Susie. I'm regretting booping you. You're making me wish I had bonked you instead now. Need an ambulance on standby for all that. Yeah, can we not have people think we're alcoholics here? I don't want to encourage people to drink a lot, okay? Look, there. Femi comes close to the cockpit glass and points to the terrace quarry cut into the rock. The mind's awake. Have you ever seen that one guy on TikTok who makes insane party cocktails with gallons of juice and liquor? I have not, but granted, I'm usually not on that side of TikTok. Also, Susie does not have a TikTok. The only reason she knows of TikToks is because I show her them. Oh, but maybe they could be uploaded on YouTube Shorts. That's fair. You look out and see the flickering lights, the glowing dock markers. Femi shakes his head. That's not right. Neither is that. Seraphim nods towards the asteroid, and you see a ship now, tucked into the shadow of the rock, flashing its signal lights at you. I'm guessing that's the crew we're looking for. Visitors, huh? The voice wavers weakly as it comes through the ship's comms. Are you lot friendly? Seraphim glances back at you, raising his eyebrows. It isn't long before you and Femi are suiting up, an agreement having been made between Seraphim and the pilot of the other ship, a man called Baird. Is he a bard? Is Baird the bard? He better come out with a fucking recorder. To meet in the neutral ground of open space, Femi is silent, his anger evident in the way he forces his legs into the trousers of his suit. And then you are out, the vast shape of Cutter's End flickering with strange lights below you, and the pinpricks of the pilot suit's lights slowly coming closer ahead. Ooh, Baird. Cagey spacer, quite literally in a fucking cage, with a very interesting mustache, sir. You look suspicious as fuck, my guy. You two are a sight for sore eyes. You see a crooked grin from Baird, framed in the hard lines of a ramshackle spacesuit. What brings you to the arsehole of the Starward belt? Wait, is he fucking British? I mean, not like Britishness would exist in this era, but only the people of the UK say arsehole. from my understanding. His sharp eyes scan you and Femi, checking your suits and gear. What happened here? Baird's eyes flick to you and you notice a familiar reaction cross his face, the acknowledgement that he recognized you as a sleeper. Came all the way out here to ask a question like that? Baird glances between the two of you and then smiles his crook smile. Are you two detectives or something? You brought a freelancer out here. Femi interrupts, his voice flat and direct over the comms channel. Nia, where is she? I do not trust him, me neither. Baird pauses, considering his answer. Whole crew is down the throat of that thing. He jerks a thumb towards the asteroid. You are welcome to wait. The tone of his voice suggests the opposite. But I'll have you know we look after our crew. So if you're here to settle a debt, I'm here to take her home. Femi cuts him off, and I'm not waiting. Thing is, big man, Baird grins, they're deep in the quarry on a tip-off. So unless you want me to go chasing them around the dark maze of that place, you're shit out of luck. How long have they been? Baird looks over at the flickering quarry as if he forgot it was there. He looks back to you. A few cycles, he shrugs. Enough. Femi cuts in again. Nia's been gone for a lot longer than that, and you're lying to our faces. Femi moves closer to Baird, and we know that Rock has claimed more crews than any other. Baird smiles fade. No need for accusations. Who to say you aren't trying to jump our claim? Forget this. Femi turns and heads back towards the ship. He smiles at you. Big man seems tetchy. He squints at the rig. He's going to get you in trouble. Baird retreats to his ship and you to yours. We need to go in. Femi is impatiently gathering tools and loading them into the airlock right now. Okay, what's our approach? What matters is our ingress. Femi grabs a cutting torch from the rack. There's a borehole on this side of the rock. Could get us in under the radar. Or we dive right down the main shaft. I'll leave the call to you. Bliss arrives at the airlock and stares at Femi's angry tool gathering. Let's keep cool heads. They glance at you. That rock looks dangerous enough, even when you're thinking straight. Femi ignores them. You get ready to depart, well aware that you are heading into a situation you don't quite understand. Cool. So there's the borehole. The central shaft is... So that's the other ship. Yeah, I think we're gonna go this way. Middle of the asteroid looks like a blackstone quarry from Control. Ooh, you right. You right. Okay. So, Femi. Okay, so Bliss is unfortunately kind of useless here. Sorry, Bliss. I know it's not your specialty, but it's fine. It's a 6. Alright, cool. We took a stress from that. Looks like you tried. Tried so hard and got so far. You have felt the rumbling growing as you descended into Cutter's End, but no one has wanted to bring attention to it. Now floating in a cavernous, rock-walled passage, it is impossible to ignore. There's something out there. Bliss's voice crackles over the comms. Something moving. You squint down the tunnel beyond the limits of your suit's lights. You swear you see something flicker there, in the unseen passages beyond. There's a strangeness to the mind, to its flashing lights and empty conveyors, running on some residual power. Suddenly, a xenomorph. We are in Dead by Daylight and Alien Isolation at the same time. From what Femi has told you, it wasn't always like this. Cutter's End had a fearsome reputation as a dark and deadly maze. A ripped open rock, not worth the trouble of its corroded salvage. Now it's a moving maze, its automated systems given a new, faltering life, brought back from hundreds of cycles in the shadows, and one of those systems is rumbling through the dark ahead. Let's keep moving. Femi passes you in the passage. We don't need to wait. Take it slow, bro. We're too far behind. We need to catch up. Femi glides ahead. Dude's gonna get himself killed, honestly. Beams of his suit lights painting the rock walls of the cavern a pale gray. Femi's lights reveal an intersection, another tunnel cutting across this one, offering 3 routes ahead. Suddenly, you are blinded by a wall of light beyond the intersection. The rumble is everywhere, shaking dust and rock off the walls in dense clouds. Squinting into the light, you see a ring of lamps, and between them, the grinding maw of some terrible machine. It bears down the crew, grinding through debris. Yeah, we're taking the 100% positive route. Negative stress, nice. Kick off hard and angle yourself towards the space between the machine and other passage. You see the others following suit, pushing hard for the rapidly closing gap. You slip through in the hail of stone, the rumbling shaking your entire frame. You slam into the stone wall of the passage and cling to it as the rumbling grows and fades, signaling the passage of the machine. You good? Femi's voice is broken up by gasps of air. You turn to see him staring into the dark, shaking his head. What the hell was that thing? It tried to eat us. We need to keep going. Femi's dusting off his suit. That mining machine must be keeping Nia's crew down here. We have to get past it. Keeping them down here, or your mind drifts to the worst option. Can any crew really hope to survive all this? When they woke up this place, they woke up that machine. It's running an old programming. It's not hunting us. It's not smart. Femi turns back to face you, his eyes ringed with fatigue and stress. We can beat it. You hope he's right. Ooh, tunnel complex. Okay. Sure, I'll throw this here. Nice. Ooh, +2 stress. No good. No bueno. Okay. Plus, you're fine. Okay. Dang, we got extra stress from that. Don't like that. Poggers, okay. To me, sleeper. Femi beckons you over to a section of the cavern wall. You glide over and immediately spot what he has found. There's a large passage splitting off from this one, but it's not the passage itself that is of interest. It is what remains of a barricade freshly welded that draws your attention. They came through here. Femi's eyes flick over the ruins. They tried to keep it out. You look at the fresh cuts in the wall, the stone gouged out, the crumpled metal bent and crushed, and almost tellingly, the flattened remains of a welding torch embedded into the rock. The crew took a stand in this very place. You reach down and put a hand on the remains of the torch. Nia was here. Then you feel it, the rumble through the torch, through the rock wall. You look up at Femi, and he sees it in your face. The machine is coming. Go. Femi meets your eyes. Get safe. He looks over your shoulder, and suddenly he's bathed in the blinding light of the machine's lamp. I feel like this is a decision that I have to make that's gonna be impactful. Yeah, this kind of turned not necessarily into a horror game, more in a, like, oh god, we're making very stupid decisions right now. We stay together. You go to protest, but Femi kicks you in the chest, sending you spinning away out of the path of the machine. By the time you catch yourself on the cavern wall and turn, you see Femi there in the middle of the passage entrance, lit white in the lamps. He waits agonizingly long until he knows the machine is coming for him, and then he kicks off hard and glides into the dark. The machine rumbles through in the hail of rock and dust, and you follow after it, batting away chunks of stone. You are slowed by the debris, and the machine pulls out ahead, rumbling endlessly onward, through the tunnels, through rock and metal. Then it's gone. The cavern shakes, filling with dust your vision gray. Your comms click and hiss, and the chunks of rock thunk off the faceplate of your helmet. Then you see him, the faint lights of Femi's suit as he struggles through the dust. We got it. Femi says as he reaches you, his hands on your shoulder. Somehow we got it. It takes some time to understand what happened. As the dust clears, you find yourselves at the lip of a shaft filled with debris. This huge pit, thick with shards of rock, must have been a refuse pit for the mine, a place to pipe the tailings, the waste. The machine went straight into the shaft, spinning into the open space and debris, shredding itself against a million razor-sharp bits of rock. Looking down into the pit, your lamps illuminate a few pieces of the machine. The rest is surely down there, deep inside the dense debris cloud. It isn't long before Femi is calling you once again, this time to another still complete barricade. The barricade over the door to a machine room sealed and secured. The last retreat of the crew you followed into this nightmare. Oh shit, down here. Cut doorway. Door is sealed. Take time to open. Tailing pit. Tumble inside the waste shaft. What might be recovered from its shattered chassis. Ooh. Ooh, wait. We still have dice we can roll. Yeah, I do have to say, the art style for this game is pretty great. Okay, we're gonna roll these dice just because we can. Ooh. Oh, that gave us 2 stress. Fuck. And we're at risk of losing 3 dice in this next one. Depending on what they all roll. Oh, we lost a dice. Damn. That's okay, though. That is A-okay, because I'm not super stressed. Okay. What is over here? Okay, so both Bliss and Femi can do either one of these, okay. So that I'm not super worried about. Did we find anything in there? It went too fast. I couldn't tell. Okay. Descriptions give good visual simulation of what's going on too, which is what I love about this game, because you can imagine it to your own design. Yeah, it's really, really well done. Honestly, like, minus, like, the option, without the option of choice, you could also, like, read this as, like, a book. Okay, and finally, let's see. Ah, dang. We're probably gonna lose another set of dice in this cycle. Oh, we lost both dice. Oh, yikes. That is a big yikes. At least we should be done. This should be the last of this contract. This barricade door is bent open. You are blinded once again by a wall of light. You and Femi raise your hands instinctively, squinting into the lamps and dust. You feel a flash of fear in the pit of your stomach, bracing yourself for what's to come. Femi? The voice comes crisp and clear over the local comms. What are you doing here? Nia! Oh, we love her. She drifts out into the light in an old dust-caked suit. She looks between the two of you with a blank expression, blinking rapidly. Femi stares at her, frozen for a moment, then rushes to her, wrapping her in a wide embrace. They float together in the light and dust, 2 bodies bound together. Nia pulls back. I don't understand. You followed me out here? She looks over at you and then back to Femi. How did you find me? You left without telling me. What did you expect? Femi glares at her. You aren't ready for this. Nia retreats further at Femi's words, slipping out of his reach. Femi. Nia shakes her head. After all these years, you don't have no idea what I'm ready for. Movement in the lights catch your eye, and you see motion through the dust. A figure in a suit drifts out, hunched and clutching their abdomen. They turn to face Nia. You see her lips moving as they speak on a private channel. You look over to Femi, but he's staring straight ahead, his eyes wide with anger. You! He points at the figure. What kind of idiot are you to dragging my sister out here to this place, with that machine running riot? He moves towards the figure. Speak up. What were you thinking? Nia blocks his path forward, getting between Femi and the figure. Femi, you meathead. She glares at her brother. This is my job. I brought them here. Femi, for once, falls silent. Oh, yikes. Oh, shit. Takes a while to make the return trip back up to through Cutter's End, especially with Nia's injured crewmate. As you ascend, Nia tells you the story of the job, Femi keeping his distance and leading the way in silence. The mining machine you faced was what she'd been looking to extract, a job she and Baird had put together after meeting in the narrow escape. He knew a way to jumpstart the mine, and the access would open up meant new salvage. One of those pre-collapse boring machines was worth major cryo to any mining outfit in the belt, and Baird had a contact who was ready to buy. It was going well until Harada here. Nia nods that the crumpled-looking crewmate hooked the mining machine up to the main line. Something went in its automation core, and it lost its shit. The plan was to barricade it and put together a shock trap to fry the core. Nia looks ahead at the back of Femi's suit, far ahead up the tunnel. That's worthless now that my brother shredded the thing. Sorry about that. Don't be. If it hadn't worked, we had been ground up to fine powder. Nia sighs. We're lucky you came. So as you move through the facility, you notice most of it's dark now, the power from Baird's jumpstart fading away to nothing. Soon this place will be a quiet ruin once more. You ascend through the quarry and out into open space where Baird is waiting. Friends of yours? Baird shakes his head at Nia. Maybe you could have warned me they'd be coming. Not something I knew. She looks at Femi, who has broken off from the group and is heading for the rig. My brother doesn't tend to give anyone a warning. I'll take them from here. Baird puts an arm around Harada to guide them back to the ship. Look, mate. Baird turns to you. No hard feelings. Thanks for getting them out. Even if you did screw the job while you were at it. He grins a crooked grin. I guess that makes it square. He glides away towards their ship. Should ride back with them, but I'll see you in Flotsam. Nia gives you a warm smile. Thanks for helping my brother. I know he appreciates you whatever he does or doesn't say. Okay, British space guy. Shame it would be a quiet ruin now. It's a pretty ruin. It is a pretty ruin. You watch her go, then glide over to the rig as the last flickering lights of Cutter's End fade. Well, there's nothing else for us here. Time to leave. Goodbye! Have a nice day. We've got a message, Sleeper. Seraphin comes to the bunks to get you, his mood unusually serious. He brings you to the cockpit, his keepsake coin in his hand the whole time, spinning between his fingers. Seraphin is worried. Once you're in the cockpit, you recognize Carmen's voice immediately playing over the rig speakers. Sleeper, I hope this message finds you and your crew safely. You'll forgive me if I'm a little tight on the details. My message is as follows. We are ready. We will be waiting where agreed. Godspeed. The message ends with a click. So, Seraphin takes a deep breath. They are waiting in Greenbelt, the wheat sheaf, he said, wherever that is. You ready for this? We need to prepare. Seraphin nods. No point rushing into this. We'll have one shot. Quiet falls in the cockpit. There doesn't seem to be much more to say. Carmen will be waiting, but you know he will want you to be prepared. I'll be ready when you are, Sleeper. Seraphin nods to you. You nod back. You know where you need to go to end this. Yeah. So that'll be next week. Next week we'll finish this, I think. When you arrive back in Flotsam, Femi rushes out of the ship. The moment the docking tunnel is connected, he is off, out of the airlock and down the passage. Well, go after him then. Seraphin sighs, not looking up from his diagnostics. You find Femi in the passage between the docks, waiting as Nia glides towards them. You catch a glimpse of Nia's face over his shoulder. She looks nervous, slowing her approach as she comes close to Femi, his considerable frame blocking the tunnel. Femi, Nia starts. Femi holds up a hand to quiet her. I'm sorry. His voice is flat, quieter than usual. I'm the one who's sorry. I made the excuse to myself that I was trying to protect you. Femi looks down, but I was trying to control you. Oh shit! Oh shit! New leaf? Who dis? Character development. We love to see it. I've been suffocating you. He meets Nia's eye. I see that now. That took something like this for me to see it and is on me. Femi's voice cracks in the tunnel, suddenly feels small, intimate. He folds his arms, regaining his composure. I understand if... Shut up, you idiot. Nia violently embraces her brother, banging him into the metal wall. She laughs, wiping her eyes. Femi sniffs. I've had enough of your speeches. Apology accepted. It's not a speech. Femi can't help but take his typical self-serious tone with Nia, but you see it makes her smile. I have something I need to say. You're a powerful person, and I've been trying to curb that because it scares me. And it scares me how little it scares you. He laughs in an uncharacteristically light tone. But I'll stop placing those limits on you. In fact, I want you to have the ship. Oh, shit. Femi seems pleased that this stuns Nia into silence. I can make my own way, find work with crews. Perhaps Sleeper will take me on. Oh, shit. But I need some time away from leading, from captaincy, while you need anything but. He puts a hand on her shoulder. The symbol crash is yours. Nia sighs. Femi, you really need to listen more. I don't want your ship. It is her turn to be pleased with his shock. You are right. I am a powerful person, but Cutter's Edge showed me I'm not ready to lead. I want to learn more to work with a crew, but preferably not one I'm related to. She punches him on the shoulder playfully. Nia looks over Femi's shoulder at you. I was actually thinking Sleeper's crew might be the right fit. She flashes you a smile. Oh, yes, we'll take him. We'll take them. You suddenly feel the attention of the moment shifted to you and your apparent role in the family drama. Nia puts her hand on her hips. Well, Sleeper, what do you think? We're going to take Nia. Nia nods. I'm honored, really. I know I will learn a lot from you. So we got a choice. Yeah, we got a choice. We can't take both. I bet there's achievements for taking one or the other. Femi turns in the corridor to face you, his face set in an intimidating glare. You better take good care of her. He smiles, but you can't help but take him seriously. How about we find somewhere to celebrate? Nia pushes Femi towards you down the corridor. Come on. Later on, you find yourself in the narrow escape in a quiet corner with Femi. You see his eyes are on Nia, who's at the bar trying to get the attention of the server. What's the secret? Femi turns to you. How do you stop it weighing you down? Your crew, your connections, all those people that rely on you. Femi frowns. How do you bear with the weight? I don't carry it alone. Femi nods. I have to get better at that, at asking for help. He looks down at the table, smiling. He takes a long sip through the straw of his container, the last dregs of something amber and potent disappearing as he does. He looks up at you. She's gone, isn't she? You look over the bar and you can't see Nia amongst the crowd. You turn to Femi, confused. She's never good with goodbyes. He smiles. She'll be waiting at your ship. Don't worry. He sets down his drink. Time I left too. He squeezes on your shoulder. I've got things to work on. Look after yourself, Sleeper. He pushes himself away from the corner and drifts out of the bar. You watch him go, one more body passing through the belt, trying to find their way, a way to change the future. Hey! We recruited Nia! Yay! Oh no, I don't think we're gonna have enough to repair all our dice. Oh no, nope we don't. Oh, fuck me. What does improvised dice repair look like? Oh, it glitches the mainframe. Well, if we already have a lot of glitch, it doesn't really matter at this point, does it? Louis became an NPC like V at the end of Phantom Liberty. Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Yeah, scavenge for supplies. Can we actually wait? Can we upgrade engine? Oh yeah, we have enough. Hell yeah, we have enough. And we need to feed the stray. Then we're gonna work here. Oh, please. Oh, actually, no, wait. I have to put dice here. Never mind. Yeah, 15 fuel. We'd love to see it. I'm glad the character growth for Femi. Me too. Me too. Okay, so we need to grab fill fuel. Nice. Look at that. And then we also need to grab supplies. Fill supplies. Okay, so they're still in a blockade over here, so we can't get to them. I'm going to Holmes Rock simply because I feel like that's where we can maybe, like, split up some of our dice. Or not our dice. Oh. Oh shit, that got fucked in the corner. Oh, there we go. It fixed itself. You have a lot of Solheim data. Cracked dice. Yeah, the cracked dice scare me a little bit. Sun catchers. Sell the scrap. What changes do you mean specifically? Okay. Okay. Right now I'm trying to get rid of the glitch dice. And the dice changes and the fact we're not on one whole station. Yeah, I love that we get to travel and go different places. Kind of makes it more scenic in a way. Buy a meal. Nice. Okay, I figured that wouldn't be good. It's fine. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're gonna force spindle. New location discovered. Ooh. Ooh, spindle view. This is where we can do the stuff with sketching and design. Sleeper isn't alone like they were in the first game. Yeah, for sure. Sleeper's surrounded by a very dysfunctional family and has friends everywhere for them. Yeah. I mean, granted, there is a way. I mean, you don't have to recruit anybody, I don't think. Spindle's edge, ceiling shift. Shift. Ooh, okay, and process plates, but I don't think we can. Ready for the exchange. Exchange is up here, I think. Yeah, I'm just wondering like where I can get more rare components from, or like I have all this stuff down here and I'm just like afraid to let go of any of it, honestly. But I think this might be where we put it down for the night. Gather designs from across the belt. Yeah, there really isn't much else left for us to do right now. I don't think we missed anything either. Like the only minor quest we haven't done is the gathering all the sketches to complete our ship. That's the only thing we haven't technically done yet. Aw, thank you. I'm glad y'all were able to hang out and chat as we had a very good stream. I appreciate it very, very much. Excuse me. Okay. But yes, as a reminder of the upcoming stream schedule. So on Monday, we're going to have a double feature. Both of these games were just gifted to me. So we're going to check them out. We're going to check out Townkeeper and then That's Not My Neighbor, which will probably play around an hour or so of each game. And then the week after that, we will then dive into Hyper Light Drifter, unless if I have a demo that I need to play or something like that. Next Tuesday, we will continue and finish Life is Strange Double Exposure, with next Saturday at 5 p.m. being probably the completion of Citizen Sleeper 2, at least the ending that we are going to go down. At least that ending. Because I'm sure there's multiple endings. But yeah, I appreciate you all hanging on out. And as a reminder, as I did say so before, after we finish Life is Strange Double Exposure, Tuesdays will then become Miles Morales night. And Saturdays, after we finish Citizen Sleeper 2, will become Mass Effect 2. So Saturdays will just become sequel day. The day where we play a sequel of a game. And then Mondays will stay as we're playing demos, we're playing shorter games, we're playing one-off type games, or Dead by Daylight. And as we head into summer, hopefully I'll be back to streaming 4 days a week because I'll be home more often in the summer, but I will also be moving. So I will also take that into account with things, but hopefully I won't be like offline for terribly long, but that's in the summer. I do have a couple other things that are coming down the pipe. I did meet with somebody to plan our next episode of Codename Good Game, so that is also coming soon, and the first episode is currently live on the VOD channel, so feel free to go check that out. And I might also have an additional thing coming in the future, and by thing I mean I have not ironed out details yet, but we will be possibly checking something out in the future. Not checking something out. We may have a guest on the stream. We shall see. But we haven't nailed down a date yet for the next Codename Good Game, but I will tell you we will be talking about Danganronpa V3. So the third game in the trilogy of games, which I'm very excited for. It's a game I played a very long time ago. Played the entire series. So, and you can check out on the VODs channel as well if you want to see my prior playthroughs of any of the Danganronpa games. They are a blast and very interesting and a bit of a nightmare and a mess. There's certain things that are a little controversial, I will warn you. The Danganronpa Another Episode is very questionable. So I would maybe maybe steer clear of that one, especially if you have triggers or anything like that. So, but yeah, if you want to see the entire series, that is the way to go. Okay, let me check in with things. I do need to go to the bathroom. Let's see. Trying to see where we haven't rated to recently, and I'm like, ah, yes, a guest, potentially, I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. Don't mind me. I am just trying to figure out where we're rating to. Give me a second here. Okay, I know where we're going. Yay! Good game. Good stream. Thank you for being here. We're gonna raid on over to Hizaru, who is playing some Dead by Daylight. That is not the command I'm looking for. Good everything. Good vibe. Good company. Good plushies. Good everything, if you will. But yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Good things are coming. I need to get my shit together and hopefully figure out my camera shit. But I appreciate you all so much for hanging on out. We're nearing the end of this semester, so hopefully things can cool down a little bit. Hopefully we can stream some more. We do have, again, our sub goal. Adept a Killer will begin once we hit 50 sub points. That includes gifted subs and I think maybe resubs as well, I think. But I appreciate you all so very much. I will see you all in the future, hopefully Monday, when we try out some new games and just have a grand old time. But if you like what Hizaru is up to in Dead by Daylight, then please drop him a follow on his channel. I'm sure he'll appreciate it, and I will see you all real soon. My name is Aaron Gray. This is Dinkle. And I'm a Queer Twitch streamer, and I'll see you all real soon. My name's Aaron Gray. I already did my outro. Signing off.